Hello, my name's Lewis, and I've got some advice for you from Robbie Tweedale. So, one thing I learned in this past year, in 2023, was that from Robbie, he gave me some amazing advice, and that was that we shouldn't enjoy things. So, he came to this revelation when he saw Killers of a Flower Moon, and he just said it was too long. And I have not seen that movie because, as Robbie has decided, it is too long, and that I will not enjoy it. Since then, I've been taking a miserable approach to life ever since, and I've found that I am not enjoying anything anymore, and I couldn't be happier about it. This is the best advice from Robbie Tweedale, top audio engineer and top life advisor.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to part 2 of our top 10 favourite films of 2023. I'm Oscar, and that's Robbie.
Yeah, I'm also here. Hello.
And Robbie's here. If you haven't seen part 1, go back to that. It's a good old jolly time. We went through a lot, and we specifically went through our 10s through 6s of our favourite films. This is the top 5. Go back. Had a good time. No arguments. This is the first time where nothing...
Yeah, we've had no arguments thus far.
We're both kind of like worried about how we're going to decide an intermission film of the year at this point. But
yeah. I there was one moment where I had a little breakdown about how ridiculous it was that Hunger Games was on my list.
Yeah.
Because I kind of just had an out-of-body experience of being like, what am I doing?
And
but that's fine.
And I won't ruin this very specific thing, but Robbie also stated that one film gave one of Robbie's favourite quotes of mine ever of what I said about it. So go to that and see that. Good time. Before we get into this, I want to say, first of all, even though this is episode 58, this isn't the 58th video on the Intermission channel. I found this out today. This specific video, as in this part 2 video, is the Intermission's 69th video.
Yo, let's fucking go, Glastonbury. Let's just stop now then.
It's not because we need to get to episode 69 so I can type 69.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
And then enough. We end the podcast.
Yeah, and then we stop forever.
It's one big joke.
Fuck you. This has been a fucking bit for like 4 years in the making.
We might get to 69 this year.
I think we'll get to 69. What episode are we on at the minute?
Well, 58, so we'll need like 11 more. There's a possibility.
I think we'll get to that this year.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If it's the Christmas special, I swear to God.
That would be incredible.
If the Christmas special is episode 69. Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
But anyway, so in the last video, Robbie, we talked about the... we looked back at what we predicted for the year coming for last year. This year, how about we start predicting? So
let's fucking do it, man.
We'll
I'm going to have another biscuit.
We'll start off. So I want to add that this is UK releases, everyone. And we are currently filming this on January 16th. So just so people know, upcoming releases. The first one, Robbie.
Yes, Queen.
Is we got Mean Girls, this new fucking music.
Sure. I've heard it's fine.
I bet it's not good.
Yeah, I've heard that the musical numbers are like really weirdly toned down and like remixed for the movie that just don't sound as good as the theatre show for some reason.
So moving on from that, on January 19th, Robbie, we've got The Holdovers for Us coming out. I'm hyped. I'm excited.
I'm so excited for
that one.
That looks like it's going to be such a bit of me.
Such a bit of you.
I'm so excited, man.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that one a lot. Right, let's have a look at this. January 26th, we get All of Us Strangers. I might weep.
I'm very excited about that movie.
I know nothing about it, and I don't want to know anything about it, but I might cry because Paul Mescal has that. He just has that habit. That man has a habit of just being in a film and just to make me start like,
how the fuck would you do that?
I want to get Jackdaw comes out January 26th.
The Northeast thing.
Yeah. It looks decent. This I'm seeing it. I'm going to the premiere in Teesside, in Showcase Cinemas next week. Before it's an overall release. Angus worked on it. Angus has got credit on it as a trainee. Art department trainee, I think. So you know what? hey, if this does well, this is going to definitely give more support for the Hartlepool, for like at least Northeast film industry. And considering I live in the Northeast, I want to work in the film industry. That's a good sign for me.
It's good to know that Angus is still alive.
Apparently, he's in London, so I don't know.
I've still not heard from him since he asked me if he could stay at my flat in Leeds that time. And he never responded.
I have heard from him because I messaged him Merry Christmas and also Happy New Year as well. So we have you too. So we.
Yeah.
I've heard word from him.
Oh, that's good. I've not heard a fucking thing.
But he's also but it's also something where it's like I miss his face, but I don't know when I'm ever going to see him again. I genuinely don't know when I'm ever going to see him.
I want to give him a big smooch, but I don't know if I'll ever get the chance.
Should we go? All I'm going to say is I might be going back down south for the other Wembley show, possibly, maybe.
Cool. Yeah.
But not necessarily to watch the Wembley show in Wembley, but should we go down and then make an effort to visit Angus, but just don't tell Reese?
Oh, that'd be incredible. Oh, Reese, we were in the London area, but sorry, we were busy seeing Angus.
What about tomorrow? Nah, we're going to see wrestling. Robbie doesn't like wrestling. He's going to.
No, yeah. And what, you've got tickets? No, we're just going to the pub. They've got it on the TV, I think.
That is what happened, as well. Which I would love to do more, actually. I would love to go down there at Wembley Box Park and watch on the big ass telly and drink. But that'll even be funny. We see Angus and then not Reese.
I've not heard from him since he messaged me saying, I may need to stay at your flat for a fortnight. And I said, yeah, no worries, man. Just let me know when. And then he never replied. And I've not heard from him since. He could be dead for all I know.
Well,
I don't know why he needs to stay at mine. I never found out.
Well, as far as I was aware, he was going to be living in Leeds, but then he's not.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened.
Anyway, there's Argyle, which I've heard.
Yeah,
about.
the one where the cat's the spy, definitely.
Okay.
Do you not know anything about this?
I think I saw a trailer, but I can't remember it.
I'll explain. I've had a weird thing
it's
with
Vaughn.
this.
It's Matthew Vaughn.
It's from the twisted mind of Matthew Vaughn, as it says in the trailer.
Does it?
Yeah.
Is he a twisted mind?
I don't think so. Like a big fucking title card at the beginning comes and says, from the twisted mind of Matthew Vaughn.
I feel like Ari Aster could get away with that title. I don't think Matthew Vaughn is that.
From the twisted mind that brought you Kingsman. Do you know what I mean? Like, fucking what?
And Kingsman 2. The Kingsman.
Yeah.
And he's done other really good
Kick-Ass.
films. He's done some really class films. But anyway.
Yeah, the twisted mind that brought me X-Men First Class. Fucking twisted, dude. Anyway, so Bryce Dallas Howard is playing an author who writes spy books.
Yes.
And then Sam Rockwell's like, your spy books are real, or whatever.
Okay.
And her main character head, like James Bond, is this guy called like Agent Argyle. Yeah. And then he's like, in the trailer, it's like, are you ready to meet the real Agent Argyle? And then it doesn't show who it is, obviously, because that's going to be the twist of the movie. And they're like, when you see the movie, don't let the cat out of the bag because it spoils or whatever. Bryce Dallas Howard's got a cat with her the whole time in like a backpack. The spy's the cat, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
It's probably I think it's probably the cat.
Also that day, there's a lot coming out this day. We got The Zone of Interest, which I'm looking forward to a lot.
No idea.
Yeah, I don't think you'll like it. It's a Jonathan Glazer film. That's a slow Auschwitz film.
Right, yeah, not my thing. I don't think. Oh, I did see the trailer for this. It was fucking awful.
Well, I'm hyped for it.
Okay.
American Fiction. I know nothing about it, but I'm hearing great things.
Very excited about this. I do want to see this movie.
And also coming out this day is a film called The Persian Version. Didn't hear nothing about it. I started watching. Then a trailer came on before I watched Poor Things. I'm like, this looks really funny, actually. So that might be a good one. It seems like something you might be into.
Okay.
In a sense, but yeah. On February 5th, there's apparently a film called Race for Glory, Audi versus Lancia, and it's got fucking Daniel Bruhl in it. But is he the same guy from Rush? No, he isn't.
Is it just a sequel to Rush?
So yeah, that's also a film that's coming out.
I like Rush. Rush is good.
Yeah, Rush is good.
Yeah.
February 9th, we got The Iron Claw.
Very excited. I think
Unbelievably looking forward to this film. And all I'm saying is, if no one knows the story behind it, don't. If you do know
I don't know the story.
If you do know the story, you all know we're bringing tissues, my friends, if it's going to do anything right. But yeah, fuck, man. Looking forward to it. We've got, let's look at this, February 14th on Valentine's Day, Robbie. Here's what you and Julie can do. You can go and see Bob Marley, One Love.
No, thank you. I'm so fucking sick of these movies. There was the trailer for the Amy Winehouse one the other day.
We will get to it. We'll get to it.
Can we stop doing this, please? Can we stop making the same fucking movie over and over again?
We'll get to it. I feel like only certain biopics do well.
Oh, I'm so fucking sick of these films.
What was the last Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was the last Oppenheimer was Priscilla. I'll give Priscilla its flowers as well, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
February, but 2 days later, Robbie, if you want to say Valentine's Day for a little bit later, you don't want to do it on the day.
Yes, please.
You and Julia could go see Madam Web instead.
Yes, get the fuck in. Let's fucking go. Have you seen the new promo video where it looks like Dakota Johnson's trying to fuck you?
Excuse me.
Yeah, I'll send you it now for safekeeping.
For research.
I'll send you it now for research purposes.
Jesus.
It's fucking weird, man. She's just like staring at the fucking camera, being like, "I think you'll really enjoy Madam Web or whatever." It's like, it's fucking. Is this it? Oh, this is a fan cam edit of it.
Oh, ew.
I just want the original. Yes, I found it. Okay, I'll send you on Facebook Messenger.
Okay. It's gonna be.
This is for the sake of a bit. I'm not being a fucking creep. I'm not just like being a fucking weirdo.
You're gonna be like, yeah, go on, look at that.
It's bizarre. I can't wait to see how awful this movie is.
Oh, it's gonna be dreadful. It's gonna be so god awful. Man.
This is like the one. I'm kind of, obviously, as a Spider-Man fan, I'm sick of these movies about Spider-Man characters without Spider-Man in them.
You're not having a good time, is what.
Why do we keep doing this when this never worked? But at this point, I can't. Yeah. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, it was.
I think you'll see it twice. What the fuck? Leave me alone. Stop looking at me like that.
Am I seeing it with you, Dakota? No. Then I'm not going to see it then, am I?
Because I'm like, this one, I'm kind of like, Venom was bad, obviously. Venom 2 was worse, obviously. And Morbius exists. And so, like, this movie, I'm kind of like, I know it's going to be awful. I just kind of want to go and laugh at it.
I'm seeing 30 Seconds to Mars live in April, and me and Joe are. I'm taking Joe with me.
Oh my god!
And I've got front standing tickets, and I almost want to get a sign that says "Play Morbius."
Yes. Oh my god. Yes.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be awful. It's gonna be absolutely dreadful.
It's gonna be really bad. It looks like it's. I think it's the Terminator, but Spider-Man.
Do you know what's funny about this though as well?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, what's funny about this? Please tell me what is funny about this.
You do know who like Dakota Johnson is in a relationship with, don't you?
I have no idea who that is.
It's Chris Martin.
Are you my fucking arch nemesis? Are you kidding me?
I'm being deadly serious.
Is that real?
Yes, that is real.
Yeah, sorry. You're telling me that this... Fuck, okay. So because Madam Web is like a multiversal thing, right?
Yeah.
And they're trying to tie together all of the Sony franchises with this movie. So you're telling me that there was a ripple effect from the spin-off movies from Spider-Man to eventually lead to this movie that in some way could have been construed by my nemesis. So you're saying that it's another ploy from my fucking nemesis Chris Martin to make me suffer through fucking 4 movies and then 5 when Craven comes out.
All I do know is that there is a connection there.
Holy fuck! It's all coming together.
It finally
I can't
clicked.
believe he's fucking had me. He's had my fucking pants down.
You finally can connect the dots. You've got like the lines.
He's
and all
done.
that.
He's done it. He's fucking done it. He's wasted hours of my life.
So much. You could have stopped after
Holy
Venom, mate. You could have
fuck.
legit just stopped. You went, I'm good. I'll never have to see any of these again. But you kept going. Back.
He's
kept
wasted.
going
He picked Spider-Man because he knew that I would never not watch a Spider-Man movie. Holy shit!
I
also Madam Web has the best line in any trailer that I've ever seen, where it's he was with my mother when she was researching spiders in the rainforest just before she died, which I believe is I'll try and find the proper line because it's it's just the best, man.
Should I keep going with reading things?
Yeah, fuck it.
There's a film coming out.
So that's enough Madam Web talk.
Yeah, I don't have any more to say. What am I gonna say?
The line word for word is, he was in the Amazon with my mum when she was researching spiders right before she died.
Stupid. Oh, stupid.
What the fuck is that about? Sorry, continue.
So on February 23rd, Robbie, there's a film called Wicked Little Letters, which I actually like the look of, to be fair. It's got Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley in it, and Timothy Spall's in it.
I like all three of those people.
It's the plot synopsis of it says, Robbie, I'll read it for you. When people in Littlehampton, including conservative local Edith, begin to receive letters full of hilarious profanities. This is like a period piece, by the way. Rowdy Irish migrant Rose is charged with the crime. Suspecting that something is amiss, the townswomen investigate. So it's like a little period comedy crime drama thing. So with Olivia Colman and Jessie Buckley, I saw the trailer. I was like, you know what? That looks like a delightful, funny time. I think it's like they read in letters. It's like, good Lord, type of thing. And it's
excellent.
So it's a lot of that. So that looks like a fun little time. In March 1st, Robbie, we've got Dune 2. Dune 2. I'm going to continue saying what I said last year. I'm going to be...
Yeah.
I'm going to see it. I'm going to see it, but...
I wanted to, I don't want all those flash forwards in the first movie that looked like they were flashing forward to a better movie to be actually not a good movie.
Holy shit. We'll get
oh god. What have you seen?
Not this one. We've got Kung Fu Panda 4 coming out.
Sure.
As well.
I don't have any hope in it.
I didn't see the third one, so I don't know.
The trailer. Oh god.
Okay.
Where's the Furious 5, dude? Oscar.
What was that?
Where's the Furious 5, Oscar?
Where's the Furious 5?
In the Kung Fu Panda 4 trailer.
I didn't see the trailer anyway, so I don't know.
No Angelina Jolie. No Jackie Chan. No Seth Rogen. No whoever voices the crane.
Yeah.
No whoever voices the snake.
Okay.
Where are they?
Okay. Right, I get you.
Instead, you know who we've got instead? Aquafina.
I liked her in The Favourite. Hang on, I need to look. Right, this is the film that's baffling me. Hang on.
Yeah, go on.
Apparently also coming out the same day as fucking Kung Fu Panda 4 is Caligula the Ultimate Cut. What am I even... How have I... Right.
I thought you were going to say some shit like Madam Web 2.
They shoved that somehow. Jesus, okay. Right. Oh, I don't even know if I have time to explain it. Caligula was a film from like the 70s that was basically porn that starred Malcolm McDowell and Helen Mirren. And it's this really... It was like... Well, it's about Caligula, like the Roman era fucking prince, I think, or whatever.
Mm.
But it's like a renownedly known, like, graphic raunch, like you see dick going in fanny is basically what I mean. Like it was legitimately categorized as a porno at one point, I think, but it's really prestigious because Malcolm McDowell and Helen Mirren. Apparently, there's an ultimate cut coming out of this film. I'll see. I haven't even seen the original.
I don't want to see that.
I'm curious.
No,
I'm curious.
I don't want to watch that.
I'm also fascinated by what even is this more than anything.
Yeah. I don't want to see Helen Mirren have sex with anybody.
Not even from the 70s?
Not in an offense to her kind of way, but just in a like she's a fucking nashy trudge, mate.
Yeah, but she was also
in the same way I don't want to see someone fuck the queen.
I don't think she was getting fucked. I think it's like.
Okay.
I think that would have been a lot more like telegraphed if like.
Well, I was gonna say
if Malcolm McDowell and Helen Mirren were actually going at it. I don't think that is the case. Okay. March 22nd, Lisa Frankenstein. Why have I heard about this?
It's Cole Sprouse or Dylan Sprouse.
Diablo Cody's written it, who wrote Juno, and it's directed by Zelda Williams. Does that name ring a bell, Robbie?
No.
Robin Williams' daughter. It's a directorial debut.
Oh. So nice.
You know what? And from the looks of things, and it's a horror comedy. So you know what? I always like a good one of those. And if it's coming out around March 22nd, it'll come out for home release for Halloween time. So that might be fun for me. So yeah, I'll give that a go. The Americans. I don't want to read that. I don't. Oh yeah,
I know what this is.
I started reading it. I was like, I don't want to read that.
Yeah, with a title like that, and from the trailer, it looks like the most uninteresting version of what a movie with that title could be.
Right.
Justice Smith, right?
Yeah, that's why I started reading it, and I was like, "Oh, let me stop."
Yeah, good idea, man. Good call.
Imagine that.
Oh God.
Arthur the King is a film starring Simu Liu and Mark Wahlberg.
Oh Jesus. Just gonna be the worst presto.
Oh, it's gonna be insufferable.
Oh my God. Just the worst. I mean, I like Simu Liu, but fuck.
An adventure racer adopts a stray dog named Arthur to join him in an epic endurance race.
And which one is Mark Wahlberg playing? Is he the dog?
No, Mark Wahlberg's the man. I don't think.
Is Simu Liu the dog?
No, I assume he's not voicing I assume the dog's not talking. I assume it's not a talking dog.
Could be.
But yeah. March 29th, we got Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Hell yeah, dog.
Yeah, sure.
I liked the last one a lot.
I might give him. You know what? I think I need to actually watch, because I watched the first Ghostbusters over a decade ago.
Yeah.
And
it's the best.
I've never seen 2. I saw the credits of Afterlife.
Oh yeah.
When I walked in, that's still one of my favorite cinema going experiences ever.
Yeah.
Like everyone was looking at it, was like, "Why are you buzzing about this?" It's like, how is this not the coolest thing that we are doing right now?
I was so excited about that night. Oh, it happened.
It happened with me and my mum because I want to go see Poor Things and she wanted to go see Wonka, and they were like on round about the similar time, so we just went to different screens and came out. And
it's the best, and it is also like, you know, you're really comfortable in your relationship with that person that you can just go, you're not going to enjoy this and you're not going to enjoy this, but we're both going to enjoy them separately.
And then we can meet back.
We'll reconvene.
Because we're also the same type of cinema goers where like, well, we're not there in the cinema chit chat all the time. We're there watching the film, so it doesn't make any much difference to us.
Yeah.
Right, this is scaring me. Yeah. On April the 5th.
Oh God.
The First Omen is a film coming out, and who's doing this? Arkasha Stevenson. All right, so it's not David Gordon Green. That's a good start. Okay. Apparently, this person directed some of Legion. Okay.
I like Legion. Legion's very good.
Directed an episode of Legion, I will say. Just one episode. Okay. I want to see Legion as well. That is something I do want to see. Who's writing this? Someone called Tim Smith.
No idea.
His writing debut with this. Someone called Keith Thomas as well. That's not a good thing.
No. I know.
Firestarter. Yeah.
With Zac Efron?
Yeah, no, yeah. Yeah, The First Omen. I haven't seen the original Omen, but to me, just seeing The First Omen, it's like, oh, so you're doing like The Exorcist Believer, but with the Omen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh dear.
April 12th, we got 2 juggernauts here, Robbie.
I can see these for my birthday.
Oh, this is Barbenheimer for this coming year, Robbie. We've got Back to Black and Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire. also
Wow.
known as Back to Kong.
Yeah, I mean, so I've got pretty poor choices for my birthday. Then is what you're saying. Because Godzilla X Kong looks fucking awful.
Oh mate,
From that first trailer, it looks so bad.
Just watch the Amy Winehouse documentary. You know, a really good film about Amy Winehouse.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla -1. Just do that for that day instead.
Yeah. Oh my god.
No,
thank you. Can I also just say, hey, people that made the Amy Winehouse movie or whatever that I watched the trailer from the other day, just to let you know, I know she can't speak for it because she's dead, but Amy Winehouse would fucking hate this.
Oh yes.
So, so like, this sucks, man.
Yeah. And what else was I gonna say? Oh, and there's interesting discourse about the fact of who's directed the film. Let's move on.
Oh, is there?
It's Sam Taylor Johnson.
Who's that guy?
She directed the first 50 Shades of Grey.
Oh, and
Mary
is she?
Tyler Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, no.
And then
no.
loads of people are going like, yeah, she groomed him, and say, let's not move on. Let's move on from this.
In that Beatles movie or something, I can't remember.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
Jesus.
April 19th, there's a film called Love Lies Bleeding, which I'm.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that, but I don't know what it is.
It's Rose Glass who directed it. She directed Saint Maud, which I liked quite a bit. This is her next. You wouldn't like it. It's her next film after this. It's got Kristen Stewart, who I like a lot. I like Kristen Stewart a lot. And Dave Franco's also in it, and I like Dave. He's the better Franco.
Yeah, the one that's not a fucking creep.
Yeah, so I'll watch it. I'm not hyped. I don't know anything about it, but I'm hearing it's good.
Oh, sorry. Creep was a soft word there. The one that's not a fucking criminal is what. I think I went too soft on that. That guy sucks.
April 26th.
Yeah.
We got Civil War, not your Marvel one, the one directed by Alex Garland.
Oh, what?
What's interesting? You know what?
I don't think this is going to be very good.
I'll see it because I've liked. You know what? I'll say it. I've liked all of Alex Garland's films.
I like Alex Garland a lot.
I was a supporter of Men. I liked Men. So in my head, I'm like,
you would.
I would like Men. Hey, all I'm saying is you like Saltburn.
It wasn't meant to be a gay. It wasn't meant to be a gay thing. It was meant to be a misogynist thing.
What? Hang on. What?
Because the first thing you said, it was like I'm.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
Not as in like you're gay, because if you were, that's fine, dude. You do you, man. I don't fucking care.
Well, I'm not, but
I'll
watch this. I didn't like the look of the poster and clips I've seen on the trailer. I'm like, that looks odd, but I'll see it. I'll watch it. There's and also that day, this is a film I'm really looking forward to. It's called Challengers. Do you remember this one?
No.
Zendaya and the tennis playing.
Oh, Zendaya's having a threesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember this one. I know of it.
I'm looking for because I like tennis and Luca Guadagnino's directing it, and I'm a big Luca Guadagnino fan.
Okay. Yes, and nothing else springs to mind.
No, because I'm not a creep like Reese.
No. It was very funny as there was good funny discourse about it for a couple of days when the trailer came out, where people were just putting memes about Tom Holland watching the movie. It was very funny.
There's apparently a film coming on April 30th called The Ark and the Aardvark, starring Miles Teller and Aubrey Plaza and Jenny Slate and Stephen Merchant. It's a little animated film.
Can I just say, in that cast, what the fuck is Miles Teller doing there? What? Jenny Slate, Aubrey Plaza, Stephen Merchant kind of makes sense. That's comedy actors or whatever. Miles Teller.
Rob Riggle, Craig Robinson.
Again, what is Miles Teller doing there? That's insane. That's so funny.
It'll be a little kids film, wouldn't it?
Yeah, sure.
May 3rd, there's The Fall Guy.
Yeah, I'll see it.
You know what? Go on.
I don't like this brand of movie very much, but I'm sure I'll enjoy it. It's David Leitch, right?
Yeah, I like David Leitch.
Yeah.
I like David
him
Leitch.
fine enough.
I liked Bullet. I like him quite a bit, to be fair. I like Bullet Train quite a bit. I like Ryan Gosling. I like Ryan Gosling in comedic roles. So this is just more of that. And so it might be.
It looks like a good fun time.
It's an hour 54 as well, so it's not going to be.
Yeah.
Come on.
Fucking hell. Can we? Yeah.
It might. And so what days are coming out? May 3rd. So it might be an early start to summer movie stuff and all that jazz.
Okay. Yeah.
May 17th, we got The Strangers Chapter 1. Didn't know this was coming out.
No, I don't know what the fuck that.
As in, like, The Strange... Yeah, the horror film with the masked people.
The home
from, like,
invasion
2008.
thing?
Yeah. It's The Strangers Chapter 1, apparently. I haven't seen that, but I want to.
I've seen it. It's okay.
Madeline Pest is the lead. She's like the final girl. She was in Riverdale.
Riverdale, yeah.
Yeah.
Is she the ginger one?
Yeah. She's like the lead in it. Rennie Harlan. Why do I recognize that name? He's directing it. What else has he done? Oh, hang on. He has done... Oh, hang on. Is he just like mainly like a producer? No, he has directed things. Hang on. No. What has he directed? Why do I recognize the name?
Oh, no. What did he do?
He directed 12 Rounds, the film with John Cena from 2009. That's funny.
Oh, okay. So bad then. Is what you're saying.
And Die Hard 2 is what he did.
Okay, so this is gonna... So it'll suck then is what you're saying.
So it might be... He did direct Deep Blue Sea, and that was a good fun little time.
Is that the one where Sam Jackson gets eaten by that shark? Right. Okay. So yeah, it'll be bad. Is what he's saying.
No. So if it's appropriately like self-aware, it might be a good little time.
Yeah, I guess. I don't
have anything. Yeah. We got May 24th. We got a few films out this day, Robbie. We got Furiosa, a Mad Max saga. What's your opinions on Fury Road?
Love Fury Road. I think it's great.
You do like Fury Road. That's right. It's because Lewis isn't fussed on it. Lewis is like a bit overrated at that, which I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
That guy sucks. I think Furiosa looks good as well. I think the trailer looks good.
I was slightly at first. Oh, the CG doesn't. Okay, but also I'm like, I'll trust George Miller. I don't care. I
didn't notice the CG at all when I watched the trailer.
It's more so the amount of it, and like that didn't happen as much in Fury Road. So it's
I can get that.
Okay, but also, I can imagine this is going to be like a really sleeper hit. You know what I mean? I can almost say, no, it's going to be one of two things. It's going to be a sleeper hit, or it's going to be it's going to be like Dead Reckoning 1, where it's like, why is no one seeing this?
Yeah, I like Chris Hemsworth's silly nose.
Yeah.
It's got a silly prosthetic nose going on. It's very good.
I like Anya Taylor-Joy, so I like her.
Yes,
being in
I
this
like
kind
Anya
of
Taylor-Joy.
film as well. So overall,
cool.
I'm excited. Also coming out that day, we've got Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm not looking forward to this at all.
I don't know about this. I like the Planet of the Apes movies, but this like new director, none of the characters from the original one. Like what is this?
I might not see it.
Yeah, I'll wait for Disney Plus. I think so. It'll be a Disney Plus thing, right? It's Fox.
Probably. Yeah. It will,
I'll just wait for it to be on Disney Plus. I'm not going to the cinema to see this.
We'll try and rattle through this a bit quicker because I've seen time and I've realised how much more we need to do.
Sorry.
We got the Garfield movie.
Yeah, fucking get in. I can't wait for that with Chris Pratt and Sam Jackson's his dad.
It's becoming a bit.
Could you maybe I don't know, pick a fucking white guy to voice Chris Pratt's dad? Because otherwise it sounds fucking strange. You know what I mean? Because I know that's
exactly what you mean.
Because in my head I hear that voice and I'm like, well, that's Sam Jackson. That's not.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly.
I think him being Chris Rock's dad in Spiral is more.
I was just about to say.
It's more, when they have like a 15-year age gap or whatever. That's more believable to me than him being Chris Pratt's dad.
Still one of my favorite things is I don't know how people aren't warming. That film's going to get warm to because people are going to realize how fun that is.
It's great, man.
Sam Jackson with a fake mustache and then Chris Rock has to have a goatee and a backwards cap to communicate he's young.
It's the best.
Then there's that Photoshop family photo of real life Sam Jackson and real life child Chris Rock.
But
Just
the Photoshop is fucking incredible. It looks like a real photograph.
But it's so unnerving because it's like these two things didn't correspond in the same year. And
it's the best. I love that movie. People should watch Spiral more.
They should. On June 7th, we got on June 7th, we've got Ballerina, which I'm nervous for. As a John Wick fan, this doesn't I'm not because it's not Chad Stahelski. It's so then instantly it might be a really generic action film, which is why I don't want from the John Wick films.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna see it, but I'm not. I'm a bit. We'll see. June 14th, we got Inside Out 2.
No.
Inside Out, the first Inside Out is my favorite Pixar film. I'm not 100% confident in this because it's not Pete Docter, and Inside Out was Pete Docter's story. So I'm like,
it was literally based on his daughter.
Yeah.
And whatever, and now that making the new one, and he's got no involvement. Or I think he's probably a producer on it or something. Half the cast is gone from the original. Who fucking cares?
I mean, I'm interested in seeing. Again, I'll see this one.
Yeah.
But I'll wait. I'll see.
I don't think this is going to be good.
The same day, apparently, there's Bad Boys 4 coming out. Apparently, there's Bad Boys 4 scheduled for June 14th.
Sure. I liked the third one.
I think it's the same directors.
Okay. The Batgirl guys. God bless them. God bless those fellas.
With Will Smith.
Yeah. Wow. Is this his big fucking comeback?
No, he did another film called Emancipation last year.
Did anybody see it? Was it anything?
Award hype. It was on Apple TV Plus, and it was getting award hype, but it didn't get awards.
Okay, fair. All right, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough then.
June 28th. So what am I seeing for my birthday? I mean, I'm not seeing it because it doesn't come out on my birthday. But A Quiet Place Day 1's coming out that day.
Could be good.
I have no reason to think otherwise because I've liked the other two Quiet Place films.
Yeah.
Lupita Nyong'o's in this. I like that. It's the same director as what else? He did Pig, which is that film with Cage, which I liked fine. So I'm like, no reason for me to think this is going to be shit. So
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. July 5th, we got Despicable Me 4.
Get in. If there's one thing I fucking needed in my life, it's another Despicable Me film.
In all these fucking films. July 19th, we got Twisters.
Fuck off. No, it's not going to be good, is it?
No, it isn't. We've got on July 26th, Deadpool 3.
Yay. I think it's going to be really good.
I think it's going to be
I think it's going to be really good. And I don't please. I just want to see a fucking MCU film and be like, that was great. Is that too much to fucking ask?
I'm over Ryan Reynolds and his bullshit shtick. I don't like Sean Levy as a director. He's fucking done with him. I don't like that Hugh Jackman's back. I don't care what people say. I don't like he's back as Wolverine. I get what people are saying. Well, it takes place before Logan. The point being was that was his last time playing Wolverine in Logan. Now it's not the last time he's playing Wolverine. The issue isn't that it's not, is this going to be after Logan? No. In real life, he said, I'm no longer playing Wolverine. I'm done. And it was nice. And I didn't even give a fuck about Logan. So I'm like, but at least it had the fact it was his last film. And now it isn't.
But, okay. I see where you're coming from. For me, I didn't care about him saying that Logan was his last one because I didn't get emotional at that movie on a metatextual level because I was like, I'm never going to see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine again. It was more, Wolverine's dead. I care about this character and Wolverine's dead. So I'm not like, I don't care that he's back. It's great that he's back and I'm excited to see him in the proper fucking costume and everything. And the other characters will be in it. I imagine fucking Cyclops is probably going to be there. Halle Berry's probably back as Storm. I'd fucking bet my flat on Patrick Stewart being in it. So I'm very excited as an X-Men fan. I'm very excited about it. I think it'll be great.
I don't want to dislike it, but I'm not feeling hype.
Fair enough.
I'll see it, but I will see this. I will see this one. Because I like the other 2 Deadpool films, so that's also another reason. August 2nd. Are you ready for this, Robbie?
Yeah.
We got Trap.
What is that?
M. Night Shyamalan's new film.
Fucking hell. What does he not do anything but make I feel like every fucking year since Split came out there's been another M. Night Shyamalan film.
And I'm not complaining.
For sure. If it's better than The Fucking Beach That Makes You Old, then I'll be
that was shit. That was awful, but we had Knock at the Cabin and that was good.
And that was fine, yeah. Sure.
It's got Josh Hartnett in it.
Oh, I like Josh Hartnett.
This film. And I think it's like it's a horror mystery thriller, and I think I heard it takes place during a concert or something. So if that's the case, cool.
Yeah.
I'm never bored. Well, that's not true. I was gonna say I'm never bored by a Shyamalan film. Fucking Last Airbender was
yeah, it's kind of fucking boring, dude.
Recent Shyamalan, I've not been bored. Old, hated it. I wasn't bored by Old, but God, I hated that film. August 9th, we got the Borderlands film directed by Eli Roth.
It's going to be awful. It'll be awful.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? Okay.
Because it's been pushed back and pushed back and pushed back, and apparently it was going to get put out without a director credit on it because Eli Roth didn't want to claim it. And all
really?
It's going to be awful.
Interesting. Okay.
So that'll be a laugh.
We've got Alien Romulus. Finally, Ridley Scott has let go of the franchise.
There's an Alien movie coming out next year.
Yeah, it's directed by Fede Alvarez.
What's he done?
2013 Evil Dead. He did Don't Breathe. He did
Okay.
He did something else recently, I think. He did
Okay.
Hang on. He did Don't Breathe. He did get rid of that. Let me look at what he did as a director. He did The Girl on the Spider's Web. Like the
okay.
He's got good style. I'm not a huge Alien guy, but an Alien film that's not got Ridley Scott just fucking choking it out.
Yeah. I was going to make a joke. Sorry. You're a regular-sized human.
Yeah, I am.
Anyway.
Not a big Alien guy.
Not a big Alien guy. Yeah.
It's got Katie Spade in it.
Who's that?
She played Priscilla in Priscilla.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
And she was really good in that. So yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, sure. I imagine it will come out and everyone will go, "This is one of the best horror movies in years," and I'll see it and I'll go, "Yeah, well, it's a horror movie."
It might be it might just be another like sci-fi action horror.
I think it's going to be like
that.
I think it's going to be the Evil Dead Rise of next year or this year.
Yeah.
Where people are going to shit their pants about it for about 2 weeks, and then it's never going to be talked about again.
We got Craven the Hunter. One word.
Yes. Slay my king.
Right. I'll say 2 words. Still shit.
Let's
keep going.
Slay is my one word.
September 6th, we got Beetlejuice 2. Robbie.
Bad.
Here's my thought.
Okay.
Here's my thought, because I was looking at... I've looked through, I've had a glance through. We don't have like a big film coming out this year. Like on the surface. This
Deadpool,
might
probably.
be it.
It'll be Deadpool. It's going to be Deadpool.
No, because I think people are getting sick of the superhero shit.
It's gonna be Deadpool.
No. I genuinely don't think. I think Beetlejuice 2 has the potential, and I'm not saying this as a Beetlejuice fan because I like it. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But it can. But in my head, I can see a world where it starts getting promoted, and if it looks good, if it's a film that looks good. And because again, Tim Burton, he had good shit with Wednesday, just saying. So he could, that's got a bit more hype. There's the goth millennials who are definitely going to have nostalgia for Beetlejuice. Yeah. So they might be, and if this looks really good, the goth millennials would be like, holy shit, let's go and see this.
Yeah.
It's got Jenna Ortega in it. She's the Gen Zs love her.
Yeah, this is true.
I'm saying, like, I could see a world where if this looks good,
Okay.
it could feed on a certain specific nostalgia.
Yeah.
And it could be a fun time at the cinema that is at the beginning of September. You know, we all want to get ready for the Halloween spirit by that point.
Yeah.
There's a possibility that this could be the hit of the year. Because in my head, I'm like, Top Gun 2, we never thought anything of that. It could be that, but instead of straight white guys, it's like millennial goth girls. Like, you know what I mean? It's just, it could be that. Yeah. My personal opinion, it could be fine. That's literally one. I
hear what you're saying.
It's got Willem Dafoe in it as well.
But Hugh Jackman's back as Wolverine, and it's going to be Deadpool 3 is the big movie of the year.
I feel like people are losing thingy with that, though.
Not with Hugh Jackman being back as Wolverine.
You're in your little bubble. No,
people are going to lose their shit at Hugh Jackman being back and are going to go see that movie. No, they absolutely are.
Because anyone who would have lost their shit, like, we know he's in it. We've seen him. So
people are going to... People knew that Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield were going to be the new fucking Spider-Man movie.
But no. But Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, they were never promoted, so everyone's like, well, let's see. We know Hugh Jackman's in this. It's not like a big thing. We know it.
It's absolutely going to be a big thing.
They announced it over a year ago. The hype happened there, and now all that's happened is like, oh yeah, that's happening. That's going to be cool. There's no like build-up. I'm not saying there's a build-up yet. We haven't even got a trailer for Beetlejuice 2. But I'm saying, like, in today's world, superhero films ain't it. No. Did you see last year? It ain't it.
Yeah.
Wait for
my top 5, boy.
No, I'm saying by popular and like what the general people are loving. I'm not saying what individual people are liking. I can imagine a world where Beetlejuice 2 is worse than Deadpool 3, but but in my head I can't see a world where, well, I can. If Beetlejuice 2 is coming out and goes, that looks dire. Again, there's no trailers or anything released for it. Yeah. I'm just seeing Tim Burton post-Wednesday, Michael Keaton's back as Beetlejuice, and Jenna Ortega's in this. It just feels like it's kind of a recipe for what is big these days.
Okay. I hear you. But I think it's going to be Deadpool.
September 27th, we've got Saw 11. I mean that's me. That's me all over, baby.
Fucking Saw 11.
And you're gonna come up. We're all gonna be up here.
Yeah,
I'll
do it again. Yeah,
and we're gonna do it.
We're again. Gonna pick up from where we left off and watch 6 through fucking 10, and then go see the new one.
Yep, that's what we're going to do. And apparently, there's still nothing said about this, but apparently the producer's been saying, well, the Doctor has been left alive, and John and Amanda are still in Mexico. I'm like, so it's going to be a direct sequel to Saw X is what you're saying.
Oh, God.
So it's going to be... Is this going to be good? There's no director or writers announced.
Who fucking knows? Probably not.
But it's a new Saw film, so I'm going to say it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a new Saw film, isn't it?
And at this point, that's all they are. And if you like them, you like them. If you don't, you're not seeing them at this point.
Exactly.
October the 4th, we've got Joker Folie à Deux.
Bad. It's going to be bad.
No, it's going to be good. I'm going to fuck with it. It's not my most anticipated film of the year, but it's Oscar's pick of the year for the film that I'm going to be really into.
I do not think this is going to be anything.
It's because I like the first Joker.
I do.
Yourselves.
I like the first Joker.
They're not just doing Joker, but 2.
Yeah,
they're doing a musical with Lady Gaga as Harley Quinn. I need to see a trailer almost to see what it's going to look like.
Yes.
Before I make an actual accurate feeling of how it is. But same thing with Beetlejuice 2. Like at the minute, I'm just guessing that on what Beetlejuice could be. Same thing with Joker Folie à Deux. I'm guessing on what it could be. I could see a trailer and go, that looks horrific. Like that looks terrible. Yeah. But as of now, I could be into this.
I don't think this is going to be very good.
It's gonna be better than Deadpool 3. I can fucking tell you that.
I don't fucking care. I'm excited for Deadpool 3.
Is that Robbie's pick of the year? Is that Robbie's most anticipated film
Probably,
of the year?
unless you just
Say
pull
another
some
film.
random shit out of your bag, yeah. But I think that's the only Marvel movie this year.
It is. So that automatically means you're most anticipated, does it?
Well, no, unless there's something else that I care about.
There might be. Is it going to be Smile 2?
No. No, it's not. Absolutely not.
Is it the same director?
Smile 2, 2 Smiles.
Parker Finn's writing and directing it. Yeah, it's the same director. Smile 2 was a bit meh until the end, and then the ending fucked really hard, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. I haven't seen Smile.
You might be okay with it, I don't know.
Yeah.
November 8th, we got Paddington in Peru.
Now that is probably my most anticipated movie of the year, despite it not being directed by Paul King, which makes me really nervous.
But I don't care what people say, because it's
still
Paul
written
King
by
wasn't
Simon Farnaby, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, if it's the same writers, then I'm sure it'll be fine.
Paul King has got story credit, so he's definitely given his thing on it.
Yeah,
it's a guy called Dougal Wilson, who before this he's directed a few John Lewis adverts.
Yeah, sure. He gets the vibe.
Yeah, and he's done a few like LCD sound system music videos. Yeah, but also here's my thing as well. Who was Paul King before he did Paddington?
Exactly. The mighty
There's a little bit of a
guy.
thing where they've recast Sally Hawkins. You know that, don't you?
What?
Yeah. They've recast Sally Hawkins. It's Emily Mortimer, who's now Mrs. Brown.
What the Sorry, 1 second. Who the fuck is Emily Mortimer?
Reason behind this is because they are filming on location in Peru. And Sally Hawkins has got an illness, Robbie, that prevents her from travelling. So that's why that is. Apparently they left on good terms. There's no ill feelings towards it, but it was literally a medical reason of why this has happened.
What?
It's going to feel a bit odd because Sally Hawkins in those films is kind of like the emotional,
best.
Yeah. So but Emily Moore. But someone said like this is the best way they can get around this in the Paddington world, Robbie.
Yeah.
Paddington can say a lot has changed since last time, and then it's like because you know how like Mrs. Brown did her like fucking like swimming across the channel.
Yeah.
Paddington can do it like they could. Someone said they can do a thing where, you know. And she finally swam across the channel. It was such a life-changing thing. She was practically a different person.
Yeah.
So, and it could be like, bless. You know what I mean? And then, like, whatever. But
that makes me sad.
In November 15th, there's a film called Wise Guys with Robert De Niro.
Fucking all right.
It's written by the same writer as Goodfellas and directed by Barry Levinson.
Who's Barry Levinson?
He did Rain Man and he did...
okay. So this could actually be something, is what you're saying.
Well, I can look forward to this.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see. But yeah, it might be something. Wise Guys star Robert De Niro.
So he's not been turned into glue just yet.
Robbie,
he's a wise guy.
We need to flick through these because we're going to be here so late. It doesn't matter though. We're in.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Yes, I didn't think about that. I'm at work tomorrow.
I need to wake up early as well, so we're both in the same boat.
Oh God.
Gladiator 2.
No.
It might be Napoleon again.
I think it's going to be really boring and not very good.
Unlike the other Paul Mescal film I talked about, I don't think he might make me cry in this. So
no, neither do I.
Watch this be a random Oscar Best Picture thing, though. I don't think it will.
It won't be. I like Pedro Pascal, but sure.
Denzel Washington's also in it.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
The Equalizer.
Oh, God.
November 24th, we got Wicked, starring Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande. I don't give a shit.
Oh,
about
yeah,
the musical,
yeah.
So
It'll be bad, probably.
Yeah, on December 13th, the Friday the 13th, we've got the animated Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim.
I won't see it. Sure. Okay, dude. I mean, I like Lord of the Rings as much as the next guy, but if it's just a cartoon.
Oh,
I mean, I don't get me wrong, I love animation, but like,
it's an anime director, but I don't know if it's an anime. So that would be interesting if it is.
What?
December 20th, Robbie, we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3. It's going to be another Sonic movie that people are going to like.
Let's fucking go. I hope that,
and also...
yeah, go on.
Go on.
No, I hope they've cast Robert Pattinson as Shadow the Hedgehog. They haven't cast anyone as...
It's Jared Leto. Oh, no, Knuckles is Jared. That's right, yeah.
No, Knuckles is Idris Elba.
No, Shadow is Jared Leto then, isn't it?
They haven't cast anyone as Shadow, right?
I don't know.
Don't do that. I hope you've seen a fucking one of those fake discussing film things.
Jared Leto tweeted about it.
No, don't say this.
We mentioned it in
Please.
Swipe. I'm sure we did.
Please.
I think it's Jared Leto, mate.
Oh no, don't.
Which to me,
is it real? Oh no! 1 second. Keep going. Keep going.
Well, the other film is Mufasa, the Lion King.
Fuck off.
The original. When I say original Lion King, the 2019 Lion King is my least favorite film ever. It's everything I hate about film, Robbie. That film
rolled into 3 hours or however long that movie is.
It's 2 hours, but
Jesus.
Some are half an hour longer. Some are half an hour longer than the original. But this is directed by Barry Jenkins, so now I have to see it. Why? Why
would you do this, Barry?
Fuck's sake.
They haven't cast Shadow yet, so it's fine.
But I think Jared Leto is probably in the running.
I hope not. I'll be so upset.
Other films I want to give a shout out to that don't necessarily have a UK release, but they probably are coming out in 2024. Mm-hmm. Nosferatu, my most anticipated film of the year. That's the Oscar pick of the year. Yeah. Hyped. Maxine, the third film in like the Pearl and X films. Hyped.
Have you seen that Mia Goth is getting sued?
Yeah, I have. It's at the minute a bit of like
what?
It's
like a what? I just read it. And was like,
sure, whatever.
Sure, dude.
Mickey 17, which is currently no longer got a release date, but it's Bong Joon-ho, Stephen Yeun, Robert Pattinson. Of course, I'm going to be excited for that film.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Yep. We got a film called Kinds of Kindness, which is the new Yorgos Lanthimos film, which also has Emma Stone in it, which is already filmed and shot. So there we go. Havoc, which is got Tom Hardy in it, and it's directed by Gareth Evans, the guy who did the Raid film, and there's rumors of it coming out this year.
Right.
Hitman, the Richard Linklater film with Glenn Powell.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wolves. It's a film starring Brad Pitt, George Clooney, and it's directed by John Watts. So that's interesting.
Okay.
Seeing what.
Cool, man.
Said that. Megalopolis.
Oh, fucking hell. Is this Francis Ford Coppola's thing?
Ford Coppola is back doing a film.
Yeah.
How is that not at least interesting?
It's interesting. I don't think it'll be very good.
Oh, no, I don't know. And the last film I want to mention is Shelby Oaks.
Yes. Go on, my fucking king.
Yes. He was talking about one of his most anticipated films of the year. And he ended with Shelby Oaks, and he went like, "We're wrapping post production. We're looking at festivals, so look out for it."
I'm so excited. Yes.
So there you go. That is, God. We should think about maybe cutting this segment more. But anyway, let's go on to our second half of the list, Robbie.
Yeah, let's do it. Fuck yeah.
My number 5. This is one thing I wanted to say. This year, Robbie, was a weird one. I found this year to be a bit of a weak year for film. Last year, loved. This year,
not great.
But there was some really good ones, obviously, talking about them. And these 5 are 5 that I really loved, if I will say. But also, it got to the point where I legit got to a point, like it was like November time, where I was like, maybe I hate film. Maybe I don't like this anymore. And so that's what I needed, some films to make me go, right, I don't get right. And I will get to one film at one point which I despised. It is everything I hate about everything, and I will disparage it openly.
Yes.
But I want to tell about films that I like a little bit more.
Okay.
But so this year was really kind of like, right, I don't care if it's like, oh, well, that's a bit odd. Or like Lewis keeps going like Saltburn. Lewis hasn't seen Saltburn. He's just heard about it, by the way. He goes like, I just don't like films that go too much just for the sake of going too much. I'm like, you haven't seen Saltburn, and also I'd rather that than a film that gives me nout. Like absolutely just fucking nothing. Like even if it's like, but what's the point of it? It's like, Lewis, what was the point of fucking Exorcist Believer? Like, you know what I mean? It's like that. Anyway, my number 5, Robbie.
Yeah.
It's a carryover. And it's as in last year, people might have been putting this in their 2022 list in America.
Okay.
But since it was
we got it over here.
We got January.
Yeah.
And this might be my favorite film by this director, which might disgust you when I say that.
Oh, I think I know what you're saying.
But I think we will agree in terms of where we're at with this film. My favorite film of the year is The Fabelmans.
Hell yeah.
Steven Spielberg.
Hell yeah, brother.
I don't know what else to really say more about this other than it's got the Spielberg whimsy. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
But unlike a lot of his films, I latched onto the characters. Which again, taking away that controversial thing aside, again, watch the Raiders of the Lost Ark video.
I'm not gonna do this right now, but
no. It's a personal opinion of it, and I know I'm in the minority. I know that.
Yeah.
But The Fabelmans, it's a film. Again, you'll notice this about like my top 5 is like I got very like within this year. I got very much so. I liked stuff that felt like it was more so an actual. It's going to sound like wanky what I say, but an artist is doing something self-reflective, and they're actually making some form of art that speaks to them and is a mirror of them as a person.
Yeah.
And I'll get into it in my honorable mention things as well. But also I think that's what this was for Spielberg, definitely. It's just It could just be, this is Steven Spielberg and the Spielberg family. It isn't switch names.
Yeah.
But great. And I'm not being funny. I sometimes find films cringy about young filmmakers want to get into the thing. Because then it just comes across like you're a bunch of fucking losers. Where this is like the first film that I've watched about a young wannabe filmmaker that actually has charm to it. And actually feels like there's actually like heart, and actually like fuck man, like man, it's again. This film, I've seen it once, want to rewatch it again, but it stuck with me. And there's plenty of moments in this film that, because of the narrative, that's just latched on. That's just God, that hit. There's the bit towards the end where the main character's talking to his dad, who Paul Dano. Phenomenal in this film, absolutely incredible. I loved everyone in this. There's no bad performance or acting in this, in my opinion. Where he's kind of just going like, where we all go through that breaking point as like a filmmaker. It's like, what am I doing this for? I've tried so hard and blah 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 blah. I need to rewatch it again to like refresh myself, but I remember that being the gist of it all. I think it's. Oh, you got louder there. That was interesting. But no, yeah, love it. Love this one. And again, I think I liked it as well because I don't dislike Spielberg as a filmmaker. There's loads of films of him that I love. I love Catch Me If You Can. I really like Last Crusade. We talked about that, how I was a big fan of that. I need to rewatch Schindler's List. I remember liking it a lot, but I need to rewatch it. I like Tintin as well. I like the Tintin film. Yeah, I do like Spielberg. There's just things I don't necessarily connect with. And I think why I like this is I was able to connect and I was able to feel relation to the story he was telling. Because it felt like it wasn't Spielberg trying to make up a story, a fantastical story. From when he was like, I'm going to make these fantastical films. that are reminiscent of when I liked movies, which is why he's made the films a lot of the films he's made. He's like, well, when I was younger, I loved those serials, so now I want to make my version of that. Yeah. Great. They didn't connect with me because I don't connect with movies like that anyway. This is him going like, I'm going to tell my story. And I mean, I'm like, that's a lot more interesting to see why this absolute juggernaut of a filmmaker, what his life was like and what it was and all that stuff. So number 5 is The Fabelmans. Fucking loved it. And I think the big thing about this is like, I remember walking away with it and my mum loved it as well. And I'm like, it gave off like It's a Wonderful Life vibes. Again, not story-wise, but it did have that classic feel of happiness and heartbreak. It's the perfect combination. Fabelmans is great. Loved it. That's my number 5.
Hell yeah, man. My number 5 was Bottoms.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
Which was a right fucking laugh.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know, I mean, I'm a big comedy guy. You know, I like things that are funny when they're actually funny. And Bottoms, I think, is one of the funniest movies I've seen in fucking years.
It's good.
It's hilarious. And I mean, I'm a big I've gotten into The Bear recently. And Ayo Edebiri is how you say her name.
So. Yeah.
That fucking lady behind me.
Yeah.
Ireland's patron saint. She's the fucking best, man. She's so good. Like her line delivery is like I could understand if someone found it irritating, but I just think she's so fucking funny and her comedic timing is just unreal. The other lead in this,
Rachel Sennett.
Yes, is also fucking brilliant.
Rachel Sennett, who's Emma Seligman's constant. She co-wrote the film as well with Emma Seligman. Yeah.
If anybody doesn't know what the movie's about, it's 2 lesbian girls at high school who don't have any friends and are fucking losers, and so they decide to make a self-defense class in air quotes. I'm doing air quotes for audio listeners. Which is actually just a fucking fight club, but it's basically they pass it off as being like a self-defense class for women. That's like about empowering women, where they've actually just made a fight club because they want to fuck girls.
They want to shag, yeah.
Basically, and it's just so fucking funny. It like proper tickled me. Every little moment is just fucking so funny.
Bottoms is my 18.
Yeah.
So I really like this one. And obviously Emma Seligman, go back to our top 10 films of 2020 when I talked about Shiver Baby, which was her debut feature, which starred fucking, whatchamacallit?
Rachel Sennett.
Rachel Sennett, yeah. And I love Shiver Baby. Different type of film than Bottoms. But I had a good ass time with Bottoms as well, man. I think I need to find my review of it. I wrote... because this is also the thing that pissed me off. I hate the fact that Emma Seligman is like a month older than me.
Oh, really?
Sucks. Yeah, I hate it. Like, fuck, like God, like it's Why can't I look at my review? Hang on, your reviews. Right, I literally just wrote like that Avril Lavigne needle drop made me over the moon that folk born in the mid-90s are now making high-end feature films. Like, it's like little things like that where I'm like, you know what? This is a film made by people of my generation, and that feels sick. That's now a thing now. Because it's definitely like Emma Seligman. It's people who are like, you know, we grew up on like these like raunchy teen comedies of like the 2000s, and they don't happen anymore. And I'm like, they don't actually. It's like I remember being a teenager, or like in my, 12 in 2007 when Superbad was coming out, and I didn't see it, but I always heard about it. Or like, you would hear, or like you would see these, these things, or even like the poster design is so that like aesthetic. It's like, to me, it's like, this is fun. It's just a fun ass film, but with like a modern sensibility about it. You know what I mean? It's
massively
a perfect mixture of it.
It's fucking hilarious. And if you haven't seen it, you should, because I've found every person that I've said how much I love this movie to has never heard of it. Please watch it. It's so fucking good. You will. If anybody comes out of this and says that they didn't at least have a fun time, I'll be baffled. And they won't deserve to be my friends, so that's okay.
I love how absurd it gets. Love how
yes,
absurd the whole thing gets.
See, that's the thing with me. For American comedies, I usually get quite irritated when they get really absurdist. Like things like Anchorman isn't really for me. I don't, it's like when it ends up just being people shouting, I'm not. It's not funny. If it's just Will Ferrell shouting something, it's not funny.
But my absurdist in this regard, it's like
it's mental by the end. Yeah,
there's a battlefield on a football field. You know what I mean? It's like that's what it is,
but you fucking completely buy it. And
but there's an explosion. You know,
it's just it's hilarious. Fucking great time. Absolutely.
Clever Ryan as well. Clever.
Yes.
It's really well done.
Absolutely watch Bottoms.
I will say though, and this because obviously Shiver Baby, drama comedy, but settles more in the drama than does the comedy. I think Emma Seligman is a bit stronger as a dramatic filmmaker than she is a comedic filmmaker. Because the bits that really stood out with me in Bottoms that I loved were like the more like actual like serious moments. But Rachel said it's a comedian, so then it's a good mix as well. Be fair, and obviously Emma Seligman is someone that loves these types of films as well, so that's why. Watch Shiver Baby. It's like an hour and 15 as well.
I need to watch that.
It's barely anything, but yeah. So that was your number 5, Bottoms.
That was my number 5.
Good one. My number 4 is May December.
Yeah.
Love it. This has been the one that's still stuck in my head, still in my mind, Robbie. Watched it again because it's on Now TV. So I watched it again, and it's a good one just to stick on. It's a really fucking good one. And it's... right. Let me try to collect my thoughts of this.
Okay.
Is May December anything complicated? No. Is it anything groundbreaking? I don't think so. No, not really. Is it just interesting? Yeah. And is it a premise that gets done often? Not really, no. So it's not like Dream Scenario, but it's like... But to me, the concept of a film about an actress playing a real-life person in a film and then having to meet the person to study her, that's just interesting.
Yeah.
And never mind what this real person's about. I know, because I don't want to say it, because I assume you haven't seen May December.
No,
I think you told me you did. Do you know anything about May December?
No, not except just the general premise that
what
Natalie
do you know about
Natalie Portman's studying somebody.
Julianne Moore, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't, and I know people might be like, but it's the plot. It's like, I didn't know a certain aspect of who Julianne Moore was. Even though that is the plot, I didn't know it. And I feel like, it's probably better if you don't know, because you're almost like, wait, who is she?
Yeah,
why are they making a film about her? So I don't want to reveal too much about it, because I want you to take away with that. But what I will say is, I miss just these mid-budget dramas. That's just, like, is it big blockbuster? No, but it's like, you get 2 high-profile, really good actors, and it's just a film where they're acting with each other.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, but it's not melodramatic. It is melodramatic, but the film is meant to be leaning into that 90s melodrama without being egregious about it. Like, it's almost got that warmth, comfort style to it. Like, there's a point where, like, Julianne Moore, like, opens... Like, the cinematography and the filmmaking's really interesting. Like, there's a point where Julianne Moore, like, opens, like, the fridge. The camera, like, zooms in on her. Just looking into the fridge. There's like a really dramatic like piano, like score bit.
Yes, I've seen this.
It's like, we almost have hot dogs. You know,
yeah.
So there's like but that's like I also don't think that's an accurate representation of the film. But it's a film where like it doesn't take itself 100% seriously. So that's what makes it an easy enough watch.
Okay.
But it's also not farcical.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, it's fascinating. There's points where they just leave the camera on them because it's like they're in front of a mirror. So the camera's just the mirror. So it's just Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman acting. Yeah. And it's like, this is cool because they're just looking dead in the lens and they're just acting. So, but also it makes sense from a narrative point of view because like, well, they're just doing their makeup or whatever. It's like, but this is really cool from like a viewer point of view. Again, at the time, I needed something that didn't feel like an everyday average fucking film, and this was it. And it's a one that I'm rewatching, and I would be amiss if I don't say Charles Melton is the fucking guy in it. I didn't know who this one. He plays Julianne Moore's husband in the film.
Yeah.
And I didn't know who he was, but he was apparently just a good-looking guy from Riverdale. And now he's in this film, and he might be the best. And in my opinion, he's the best supporting performance of the year. And he's maybe the best performance in this film, in a film with Natalie Portman and Julianne Moore. And and again, I'm not going to reveal the plot too much because again, I want you to go in it kind of like completely unknowing of what it is about, because I feel that makes the film more interesting. But there's points with him in it, and it's just upon the second rewatch, it's like, man, I'm gonna cry just from like because his story's so heartbreaking, and the little subtle things that he does in his performance goes, oh, that's so fucking good, because it's stuff that I didn't pick up. But it's like when you're rewatching it again and you see his posture, it goes, that makes so much sense why he's like that, but it's not apparent why it's like that. It's fucking great, man. May December's excellent. That's my number 4.
Nice. Well, my number 4 is, let me check because I want to get it right. Why did I close Letterboxd? It's the whole. Why did I do that? It's the only fucking app that I need. Oppenheimer.
Oh, cool. Okay, nice.
So yeah, I was wrong, man. I was wrong about this. I'm happy to admit when I'm wrong. And if somebody said to me, Christopher Nolan, when was the last time you liked one of his movies? And I'd say to you, probably Inception. Well, like, when was the last time you probably
same. Yeah.
When was the last time you properly loved one of his movies? Well, probably Inception, because The Dark Knight Rises is fucking weird, and Inception is Interstellar is a fucking bizarre script, and whatever he did in between there.
Dunkirk and then Tenet.
Yeah, boring. Tenet, awful. So I was like, when I heard this guy is just doing a World War II biopic about the guy that invented the atom bomb, I was like, okay. And then the cast gets revealed, and it's just everyone. It's just everyone in the world. It's like, okay. Everyone.
Hughes in it.
Yeah. Fucking Josh from Drake and Josh is in it. And I'm like, all right. Okay.
Benny Safdie, no longer of the Safdie brothers.
Yeah, Benny Safdie, no longer brother to the other Safdie.
Josh.
They're not brothers anymore. Yeah, and I just kind of was like, that sounds so fucking boring to me.
Academy Award winning Rami Malek.
Yeah, nothing. I was like, this is gonna fucking suck. Little did I know, this was good.
Little Robbie.
Little did little Robbie know that this 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
That this 3-hour movie would be paced like a fucking horse race, and would be an absolute fucking masterclass in editing. I don't understand.
It's as if Jennifer Lame's the best editor working a day.
It's fucking insane. The whole movie is cut like a montage, and it just fucking flies. Like, it goes so fast. The whole thing is just like, it feels like you're not watching things in order, but you are watching them in order. You're just taking in so much information every fucking second.
Yeah.
That it's like, and the way that it's cut to be, the whole thing feels like a montage, to the point where it puts you in Oppenheimer's shoes, because it's like, he's created this thing, and then it's just fucking, he came up with this one idea, and then it's just fucking snowballing. And you can't stop it, and it just fucking brings up the anxiety of the whole thing. The scene where they do the first test is so cool.
Great.
Because you could have done, big, fucking whatever, Hans Zimmer music, or the other one, whoever the
Ludwig Göransson.
Yeah, that guy. New Hans Zimmer or whatever, Baby Zimmer, as he's known to me. Like, you could have just done a big score or like a lot of big sound design, when actually it just fucking cuts everything, and it's horrible. You feel so fucking weird when you're watching it, and then it like comes out of it, and he's like, maybe that was, maybe this is bad. Maybe actually this is a bad thing. And then maybe it was actually, and it's saying something profound about the world today in a way that I think is so interesting.
Still matters to the date. Still.
The scene with Einstein at the end,
great,
is so fucking good, and I am 100% on board with this campaign to get Robert Downey Jr. all the awards for support actor.
I do think it's gonna happen.
I hope so. He deserves it. He's great in this.
I mean, I think everyone is just as good as each other in this film, so I don't think anyone stands out even more. So that's why I'm not specifically, with Robert Downey Jr. Again, as I've just said, I'm all aboard Charles Melton. That's my supporting actor thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But also, I could be fine with Robert Downey Jr. You know, I could be fine with him winning, even though I do think everyone kind of gave the same amount of good.
Yes, everyone's pretty fucking excellent in this all the way through. Like Emily Blunt is so good at this.
Really good.
Goddamn! Obviously, the lead.
Killian.
That guy. I wanted you to say his name first so I could figure out how to pronounce it properly. Because I always say Cillian, and then Julia gets annoyed at me because she's like, "That's not a real name." Cillian Murphy's excellent. Obviously, he's always good in fucking everything. And like you get the implication of his dick, so that's good. You know that bit where he's in the nudes. Yeah, I don't mind the bit where they're fucking and Emily Blunt is like looking and she's imagining them fucking or whatever. That I don't mind.
That's like okay, that's like good. But Nolan's back doing actually cool visual piece of storytelling.
Yeah, isn't that fucking crazy? When did he finish? When did he stop doing that?
Inception. Yeah, was when he stopped doing that.
Yeah,
13 years ago is when he stopped doing that. Because then everyone had to just sit and say what they were thinking.
Yeah, and then. The sex scene that I'm not a big fan of is the one where him and Florence Pugh are fucking and then she just starts reading
that.
She just reads like Marxism to him or something, I can't remember. But she's like, read this, and he's like, this is the line that everyone's Yeah, and it's like, okay, sure, man, whatever. But I would say if I'm talking like most memorable scene of the movie, it's that bit where he goes to that rally and everyone's cheering him and then he sees them get fucking vaporized.
My favourite thing.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Chills. Now all I'm saying is, remember that scene.
Yeah.
That scene is all of Godzilla -1. Just saying.
Oh goddamn! I need to watch Godzilla -1.
Do the Godzilla -1 and Oppenheimer double bill. Just saying that will fuck up.
But yeah, Oppenheimer. It's excellent. It's a masterclass of filmmaking. It's a masterclass of editing. If you haven't seen it, if you're one of the 3 people in the world that hasn't seen it, you should watch it. It's very good.
No, it's great.
If you're my dad, for example, you should watch it. I don't know why he's not seen it yet because it's like
would this be like somebody would have loved?
It's the most dad movie that's ever been made. Yeah. So you should watch it.
I saw it in IMAX with my mum, and then we left, and my mum went like, I felt like I was on those 4D rides. I didn't like that. So like,
God!
But because of like how loud everything was, the seats were just shaking. So all she could remember about the film was like, oh, I didn't like that. The seats just shook all the time.
Yeah.
What do you think about the film, though? I couldn't understand most of it. That's what she said.
Fucking hell.
She loved Wonka, though. She loved Wonka.
Good.
So there you go.
I'm glad she did.
But what was I going to say? Oh yeah. Don't back-to-back Oppenheimer and Godzilla -1. Get to the point of where they send the bomb off to Japan.
Yes.
Stop Oppenheimer. Watch all of Godzilla -1. Then go back to Oppenheimer.
I'm guessing they keep the atomic bomb origin story for Godzilla in that one then.
It's definitely hinted at.
Okay.
Yes, definitely yes.
Okay.
So cool. That would be fucking fascinating to do. Oppenheimer. I like it a lot as well. Not on my list, but yeah.
The use of black and white in the movie didn't make me want to shoot myself in the face. So,
there you go. Did you watch Maestro?
No, God no.
Because that's what that would have done with you.
Okay. Okay, good. I'm glad I haven't seen it.
I didn't like that. But no, yeah, the use of black and white was good shit in Oppenheimer. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Visually gorgeous. Hoyt van Hoytmer is like the best cinematographer going.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
And this is the first Ludwig Göransson score that I'm like, you know what? Maybe that should win.
Yeah, maybe. I think it probably should. It's a beautiful score.
Because maybe he shouldn't have won it for Black Panther. I'm just saying.
Hey,
maybe that was a weak ass score compared to the rest of that year.
Chill the fuck out, all right?
Maybe all he did in Tenet was just try to copy off Hans Zimmer. Maybe he didn't do anything new.
Maybe in Tenet he just did dubstep Zimmer.
Yeah. My number 3.
Yeah,
I kind of just want to say it. It's Beau's Afraid.
You fucking fuck this fucking guy.
Are you buckling in for the A24 bitch fest?
Yeah,
there you go.
Fine.
I can't help it. I can't help it.
I was expecting it somewhere, so I can't be mad that it's showing up. It's fine.
Right.
Say your shit.
I feel like I'm now on like the defense.
You're on you're on trial, bitch. I mean, I haven't for a movie I haven't seen.
I feel like I'm walking up to the podium. I'm looking to my left. And I see Brendan Fraser. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? What's going on here?
Oh God.
I would like to speak to my client. I haven't seen him in 2 months.
This fucking guy comes in so hard. Chill the fuck out, dude. Holy shit.
But Beau's Afraid, right? I love Ari Aster. This is no secret.
What?
That him and Robert Eggers are like my 2 favorite directors going today. It just is. And there was no secret that Beau's Afraid was my most anticipated film of this year. No secret. And it's also no secret that Joaquin Phoenix is like my favorite actor working today. Just is.
Yes.
So there was
correct. On all accounts, correct.
So unless this film was going to be like my Dial of Destiny, there's nothing. This film was obviously going to make it to some extent, but I'm not putting it on this list just because of the credits involved with it. I would have been honest. There's films that I got low on my list where I'm like, naturally, I should have loved that. At number 47 out of 55, I've got The Killer. I like David Fincher. I like Michael Fassbender. That's such a boring ass nothing film for me.
That movie sucked ass.
So it doesn't mean just because people involved I like it automatically means it's going up there.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind, everyone. What I really, again, Beau's Afraid came in that circle when I finally watched it. Came in the thing of like, maybe I hate film. Maybe I need a film to not be a film that I usually see. Because at this minute, fuck film and fuck filmmaking. Fuck everything about this thing.
I hate this.
That I thought that I loved, but maybe I hate. Then I see Beau's Afraid. Well, first of all, I rented Beau's Afraid. Then like a week later, it popped up on Now TV. So like, cheers for that.
Yeah, cheers, lads.
For fuck's sake, you could have waited. You couldn't have like come back a week.
Yeah.
God damn it. But what the best way I describe this, because Lewis watched it as well before I did, and he was telling me and he went again. I'm picking bones with Lewis in these episodes, I realise, but I think I think Lewis might just be a fanny, because he went to me, I think Ari went too far in that film, and I even think he knows he went too far. I don't think he did, because if I'm being honest, Lewis, no, he didn't. If anything, this is his least fucked up film. I don't know what people getting on about when they go, yo, Beau's Afraid is fucked. I went, right. Of the 3 hours that this film is,
fucking hell.
The first hour is kind of silly and funny and just slapsticky and just bizarre comedy. It's kind of daft like that. Okay. If anything, it's a bit like, this is fucking ridiculous, and I'm howling with laughter for how stupid this film is.
Yeah.
Within like the first hour, there's a point where Joaquin Phoenix finds himself running down his street naked away from another naked man with a knife. And then he's just like, I don't want to be here. And then the police pulls a gun on Joaquin Phoenix. That's like the bizarre things that are happening in like the first hour of this fucking film. The second hour then becomes really like unsettling and intense and stressful is the best way I can describe it. So we go from this is silly, stupid, and wacky to the second hour being like, oh no. oh no, my palms are sweaty and my knees weak, arms are heavy.
Okay.
There's all that with it, and it gets more like unnerving, not to the level of like Hereditary or Midsummer where there's an outright horror, but there's just something not right about it. There's like there's just things not right with what's happening, and maybe Bo's not the only one afraid. Maybe we're afraid.
Wow.
Maybe I'm afraid right now.
Maybe the afraid is the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, maybe. And then the last hour happens, and then by the time we get to the last hour, it's just really sad and tragic, and
Okay.
and I will admit, I got quite emotional in this.
I tell you.
And one thing I will say is this film isn't made for anyone, which is also why I fucking like it. Because also, I'm sick of... I had this argument with Lewis. Not even an argument. Lewis, when a filmmaker's job is to serve the story correctly. And I'm like, no, a filmmaker's job should be they want to make a film that they want to make. And if that means they go a bit offbeat with the story, then fucking whatever. There's a reason behind it.
Yeah.
And Lewis, this was, again, in relation to Saltburn, a film he hasn't seen. And then he was like, no, but, like, right, yeah, they can make a film they want, but they need to, like, keep in a narrative thing. I went, no, they don't. If anything, that's just restricting people. And in my opinion, I love the fact that Ari Aster got to make this film. This guy got to finally make a 3-hour-long nightmare comedy with Joaquin Phoenix. A24's most expensive film didn't serve them well at box office, I can tell you that much.
Definitely not.
It's these extravagant sets, all set built, intricate costumes that make sense and everything like that. So many actors, makeup. There's so much of this film. It's like the craftsmanship is fucking great. And all I'm saying is, in a similar way, how like Steven Spielberg, I could see Steven Spielberg as a person in this film. I could also see now things are clicking with me with Ari Aster. I also research a lot of his stuff for dissertation, and I almost want to give him a hug because there's things. And also I look at this film and I go, this man has had a very tumultuous relationship with his parents, maybe very specifically his mother. Because all I'm saying is, in Hereditary, I think he said Alex Wolff's character is him.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, that's fucked. That's so fucked. And also, I think Midsummer, and also there's a family grief thing within Midsummer, and also in Beau is Afraid. The relationship Beau has with his mother is also very fucking tumultuous. So all I'm saying is, bless you, Ari. I feel really bad for you in a sense, but it's like I can actually see a filmmaker in their work, which is what I want personally. And the work that I'm seeing is something that I'm finding engaging, something that I'm finding fascinating. And also, one thing that clicked with me, it's like, yeah, it's wild, yeah, it's mental, but the film is a whole point of view of someone with extreme anxiety. Like, there's like, example, there's like, again, it's absurdist, surrealist humor. It's like things where he like, you know, it's like, oh, here's your pill. You know, he sees like a therapist, and he goes, oh, well, here's your medication, and you must take it with water. Why must I take it with water? Because if you don't take it with water, Beau, you will die. And it just says it straight face. And there's a point where, like, he takes the tablets, and then he goes to drink. His glass is empty. My glass wasn't empty last time. What the fuck? Okay, I'll go to the tap. Tap's not working. He's got no water in his flat. Shit. I need to go across the street. There's chaos happening in the street. Oh shit, I need to leave my flat. But I've lost my keys, so I need to leave my door open. No. Okay, I need to run. Need to go to the store. Quick, get the store or else I'm going to die. He runs, jugs water, and then he's jugging water, and then the storekeeper's like, that's so much money. Like, you need to pay for that. He goes, yeah, I will. And he goes, it's cash only. He goes, yeah, I know. And he's putting it down, and he doesn't have enough money. And, and then the cash guy, and then the guy behind the cash register is like, I'll call the police and you get arrested. He goes, no, just wait. He's like, you need to pay for that. No, I will. Meanwhile, he's seeing everyone walk into his flat, and then he's like, no. He's like, you can't leave, or else I'll call the police. Oh shit. So he has to like quickly like he ends up doing it. He runs, the door shuts just before he can get into it. And again, mental doesn't happen. But again, it's like from the point of view of someone who will have hyper anxiety. So that's that film. I love that a film like this exists. And that's why it's my third favorite. And Joaquin Phoenix, along with him and Nick Cage, tied as my favorite performance of the year. And I'm not saying that just because of it's Joaquin Phoenix, but I think he's in this constant panic where he's not showy, but he's so consistent. And it's like, and by the time we get to the end, it's like, oh shit, there's someone really like tortured and like really like, there's something really good. Like his performance is fucking great in this. Love the film. It's my number 3. And also I found that his dad in canon is just a big dick.
Yeah, is that what that is? Big penis
it's his dad. Yeah. It's
okay, big penis monster.
It's a big knob.
Yeah.
His dad's a big knob.
Fantastic.
A literal big knob.
Yeah, no, I've seen the photograph. It's awful.
You see him moving. It's even
more.
Oh,
God, no, I kind of want to look at that. Give me a second.
Anyway, that's my number 3.
We can cut this out. I'm just going to very quickly look at this penis.
Robbie's looking up dick pics.
I'm looking at dick pics. Penis monster.
It's like the flashlight shines on it, and then he's like, ah, ah, and then like the penis monster starts screaming as well.
Oh God. Where is this? So he's walking around with a flashlight.
Yeah.
I'm so scared. Well, that's a guy. That's not a penis.
Yeah, there's there's someone else in there as well.
Okay, there's a dude there. Oh, it's Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's 2 Joaquin Phoenixes. Where's the big penis monster? What the fuck is that? And then there's just a guy at the window. Who the fuck is that guy? What is any of this?
That is in the third act, I will add as well. You're in the last like 20 minutes by that point.
He's jumped into the fucking window and threw in a knife at Joaquin Phoenix's head. Now he's shooting the balls. Okay. My number 3 movie of the year, Oscar, is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutant Mayhem, baby.
No, give me. Okay, go on. I haven't seen this, so just tell me. So just tell me.
Right, this movie fucking slaps. So you know how
I thought you were going to say this movie fucking sucks. I was like, wait, hang on.
This movie fucking sucks ass.
And it's my number 3.
So, obviously, all animation studios are obsessed with the Spider-Verse animation style at the moment. Everyone's just doing that. This movie does do that, but in a different sort of way. So this was produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg.
Love those guys.
Obviously, big Superbad fan myself.
I like this at the end a lot. That's like,
They're great. I love them a lot. I have a lot of respect for them as writers and producers. I think Seth Rogen is very overlooked generally in his career in everything that he does. For some reason, he's an incredible producer. He's an excellent writer, which is never really fucking talked about.
Yeah.
And he's also a very fucking good actor. He's great. So I really have a lot of respect for him. They decided they wanted to make a Ninja Turtles movie because they grew up with the cartoon and the comics and whatever. And the animation style, although, clearly inspired by Spider-Verse, is its own thing because they kind of wanted to look like the fucking doodles that kids do in their notebooks.
Okay.
So everything's kind of scribbly and every shape is sort of wrong. So like the ninja stars are kind of a bit fucking wonked and like there's a flashback sequence with the turtles as kids where the proportions make no sense. They've got fucking huge heads and like one of them's got a big fucking tooth sticking out. It's just like everything in this movie looks fucking gross. Right. It's just revolting to look at. But in like the best way possible. It's got this really weird, which is kind of what the toys were like in the 90s. Just this weird grunge 90s aesthetic of just everything's kind of fucking gross and looks like everyone looks like they need a wash. Even all the people in the movie have got like lopsided faces, so it's very weird to look at.
Yeah.
But they also wanted to make one where they said that the Ninja Turtles have never felt like they're actually teenagers ever.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. I've been hearing about it.
So they cast actual teenagers. Turns out one of them's a really bad guy, but we won't talk about that. Don't worry about
Not important.
it. No, he was caught on video using the R slur and the F slur. Just a real shitty guy. So I can't wait for him to be recast in the next one. But they got actual teenagers, and they put them all in a room together as well to record the voices. They didn't record the voices separately. Nice. So a lot of the dialogue is improv by them on the day.
Very Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg.
Yeah, just kind of fucking spouting shit off as actual fucking teenagers would, which is great. Again, Ayo Edebiri makes another appearance on this list.
That's right, she's April O'Neil.
She's April O'Neil in this, and again, she's fucking fantastic. She's so good in this. You know, for me, as an actual story, there's a really weirdly nice, heartfelt story about acceptance in there. Because they're like fucking weird turtle dudes, but they want to go to school or whatever, and they want to have friends. And it's really fucking sad.
Right.
And they just like, so they become, you know, vigilantes or whatever because they think like, oh, if we save the city from Ice Cube, then we're gonna be, Ice Cube's the main villain.
Okay.
He's a big human fly man.
Nice.
Which is, again, awful to look at. John Cena's in it also.
Yes, he is.
Unimportant. The supporting cast is excellent. Ice Cube's little group of bad guy mutants that he has is like John Cena, Seth Rogen, Paul Rudd, fucking Rose Byrne's there.
Nice.
Paul Rudd is excellent. But he's so good in this. He's doing a weird fucking like surfer dude voice, and it's very It's very good. Post Malone's there for some reason.
That fits.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, so they decide, we're gonna, if we save the city from Ice Cube, then everyone will like us, and then we'll be able to go to school, whatever. And their dad, and Splinter, their dad, the rat guy, is Jackie Chan, which is nice.
Love him. I love him.
And he's
when is Jackie Chan gonna get his Brendan Fraser moment?
Thank
when
you.
When is this gonna happen?
Yes, when? Please be soon. And he's all like, you can't go out because you're going to get captured, and then the people are going to try and do experiments on you or whatever, and you'll get milked. That's a genuine, like, it's a running joke throughout the movie that he keeps telling them that they're going to get milked if they go out. And so it's really funny, but at its core, it's got a really nice, heartfelt story. This, like, teen coming of age movie that those two do very well anyway.
Love it.
So it's like a nice coming of age story.
And they've been doing these films for like nearly 20 years now, which is crazy because I'm not, you know what, I'm going to say it. Is Seth Rogen basically our generation's John Hughes?
I think so.
And I'm not saying that ironically or anything.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it for how long? And it's all been really consistently good.
I think he might be. Because he does the high school movies for our generation.
Yeah, but he's been doing it
consistently well
for nearly 20 years. Did John Hughes even do it for like that long?
I don't know. I don't think he did.
I think he peaked at the 80s and he kind of like meandered in the 90s, and that was like kind of
it. Really. So like, funnily enough, they watched Ferris Bueller in this movie.
Cool.
Because one of their things is like, I wish I was like Ferris Bueller and everybody loved me.
Yeah.
So it's it's this really nice coming of age story. The animation's beautiful. The cast is really good, except for that one creep, and it's fucking brilliant. It's no end. I'm so glad it wasn't shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So
I might if it's on a streaming, I might legit stick it on.
Yeah, just whack it on a streamer. So it'll be on Now TV probably. I know it's a Paramount Plus thing. But I don't know if we have that here.
We do have Paramount Plus, but they're weird in the sense of, I think Paramount Plus are also aware that like, well, not everyone has this. So I think they do sometimes stick shit on Now as well.
Yeah.
Like Top Gun 2 was like Paramount Plus, but you could also have on Now TV. So it's
it might be on Now TV, well. But I would recommend it. It's very good.
Have a look. I've been just sat on my couch just doing things, and I've been trying not to just have shit YouTube on in the back.
Like,
so I've almost just films on in the back that I can enjoy, but not be like, I need like fucking set my whole like thinking power on. But
Yeah. So yeah.
Right.
Also,
That
the
was your
sound.
number
Forgot
3.
to say, the soundtrack's fucking banging. They've got
I've heard that.
like a 90s hip hop soundtrack with like Run DMC and stuff like that on it. It's fucking, it's great. So yeah, that's my number 3. The Ninja Turtles.
Number 2's now.
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
And my number 2. It is another A24.
Oh, this fucking guy! I didn't even know they made this many movies this year.
Oh, they did a few. I can tell you that they did enough to make my top 10.
Oh god.
And this one's a carryover though. Again, this was 2022 for most people. We got this March, and it is maybe is this my new favorite horror franchise?
Oh,
it's Pearl. Pearl's my number 2.
Okay.
Pearl is my number 2. For a while this was my number 1 until I went, no, my number 1 probably means more to me actually. So that's why that switched around. But Pearl, I first watched. I think I talked about X last year as like an honorable mention.
Yeah.
And I still really like that film, man. That's still really like, it's a good slasher flick, but with an A24 thing to it, but it's still fun with it. And Ty West does a really good job with the gore and like the 70s slasher feel with it. And it's just a good ass time for a slasher film that's actually just really good. Pearl is not that, but what Pearl is this fucking gorgeous Technicolor looking character drama that is just because in X, don't know if you know Robbie, because obviously Mia Goth, she plays Maxine in X, who's a porn star who wants to be big. She wants to be a star.
Okay.
And a porn star in the 70s. They go to a farm on this cabin to film this new porn movie, and that's what that is. The owners of the farm who live on the farmland, you get Howard and his wife Pearl. And Pearl is also Mia Goth in old lady makeup.
Okay,
and what Pearl is so X is set in 1979. Pearl, I believe, is 1913, 1912.
Okay.
It's that, and it's Pearl on the farm. And it's played by Mia Goth, but just Mia Goth now type of thing.
Yeah.
But the film is visually influenced by stuff like Wizard of Oz and The Red Shoes and all that type of like more like bright thing. And the premise is Pearl is she's married, but her husband's away in the war, World War One.
Okay.
And she's living on the farm with her mother and her dad, and her dad's ill. So they need to take care. What's up? And this is in the middle of like the the Spanish flu? Like so, and this is how they get around it because they show it around pandemic-y times. So there's moments when Pearl has to. So the majority of the film takes place on the farm. So they use the exact same set because they shot the film right after they shot X.
Okay, yeah.
And all they did was just redecorate the house from this dilapidated looking 70s slasher farm to this bright, same rooms and everything.
Yeah.
But all these bright wallpapers and all that type of shit like that. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And there's moments like where, again, when Pearl has to cycle into town to get the medicine, people are wearing masks.
Okay.
It's a way to get around it because they were filming down a legit pandemic, but it's set in an old pandemic.
Yeah.
So,
cool.
Great way to do it. There's beautiful moments where Pearl, she wants to get off the farm. She wants to be like the girl she sees in the pictures. She wants to be one of those dancers she sees on the pictures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So good parallels. Maxine in X wants to be a star, and she'll be a porn star, and she wants to be like that type of thing.
Yeah.
Generational thing. Pearl wants to be this traditional, like, she wants to basically be Ginger Rogers before Ginger Rogers was a thing. It's kind of like Pearl's aspiration. But also, she's just a little bit tapped. She's there's just a bit of insecurity there. And what I love about this film, when I was watching this, because again, as I say, I double billed X and Pearl just for the first time. And as the film started, I was like, I love everything about this. It's just hits all the right things for me in the sense of the way it's made.
Yeah.
The score is an original done score by Tyler Bates, and it sounds like an old Hollywood film. It's got those grand string orchestra, and it's like you just don't hear that type of instrumentation anymore.
Yeah.
The cinematography is gorgeous with it, and like the costume and set design where the colors pop. The red is fucking striking. The blue sky is fucking stunning. There's picturesque shots of like her when she's cycling along like the cornfield, and it just looks like a painting. It's just, it looks like all that. So it evokes all these emotions. But then there's things where we're delving deeper into like Pearl just wants to be this smiley, naive girl, but she's just, a lot of fucking shit's wrong in her family.
Yeah.
And there's a lot. So is there horror? Yes. But fuck me, man, it's kind of everything I love about this type of film. Like this kind of film. Mia Goth is maybe my favorite performance I've seen in a very long time. Again, good in X. Pearl is just another beast. That's a simple fact. And they both work really well. Again, as I said, there's like a little moment in X. Again, this isn't a spoiler. I know this might be a bit of a spoiler for Pearl, so I won't say it. But there's one off comment in X. That's a fun little off comment that Pearl makes as an old lady.
Yeah.
That when you're watching Pearl, the film, we're getting towards the third act, and you go, that's why she said that.
Okay. Yeah.
Brilliant. And there's things where it mirrors certain things in each film, but not in an egregious way. Like, they do. The film opens in a very similar way. X, I think I told you, X is a brilliant way how it opens, because, again, it's set, like, in the 70s or whatever. The film looks like it's, like, 4x3.
Oh, yeah.
But then it moves out, and what it is just the barn doors.
Yes.
And then it moves out. The way Pearl opens is the barn doors are closed, and we hear this big twinkly, and then when the music kicks in, the barn doors open by themselves, and we're pushing in, and it's all like these birds tweeting, and then we fade into. So it's like, it's the same opening, but done with this, with
different
the cinematic
like, vibe,
influences that they're doing with this. And again, there's so much of this where there's one moment towards the end where Mia Goth has like it feels like a 10-minute monologue. It might be a bit, it's like probably 7 minutes, but just uninterrupted monologue, and they just leave the camera on her.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is fucking goddamn, like this. And it's not even like a big monologue. It's just, and it's like, but it's sad. Again, Pearl isn't Sigma female. She's not Patrick Bateman.
Yeah.
Which is how a lot of people are like, I saw a lot of people go like, this is my American Psycho. Like I see a lot of women going, this is my American Psycho. I'm like, Pearl is so much more layered and a lot more tragic and gives a lot more to just the crazy, creepy old lady from X. It's so much more. And then the end credits is like my favorite fucking shit. It's just, it's her just grinning with the credits going, oh, it's fucking excellent. Love it. I'm excited for Maxine because all I know about that, it takes place in the 80s. Again, we're back with Maxine, young Mia Goth in that. It's in the 80s. It's her more as a bigger star. And the influences, it's set in the 80s, and the influences they're going for more like Giallo. So like old school Dario Argento, Suspiria. And I'm like, oh, that's going to be so neat. So it's like, love, Pearl is great. Absolutely love it. Only reason why it isn't my number one is because it's just not. Weirdly enough, on my second viewing, I'm like, shit, maybe I relate to Pearl a bit too much. Not in the main ways, but there's things that you hear her say and you go, no, I feel that. I can understand it. She's not just blind psychoticness. There's like, I can see why that would be frustrating and why you would want to get the fuck off this farm. And all that, which makes it even more tragic. Again, no, I won't say anymore because that's a slight spoiler, even though it's a prequel, so you could assume that she stays on the farm.
Yes.
But by the end of the film, it is like, fuck me, man. Fuck me. That's tragic that you're still there. Yeah. You're still there. Damn it. But yeah, Pearl's great. Pearl's fucking amazing, man.
Sweet.
There you go. Your number 2.
My number 2 is a film that you've already spoken about, which is The Fabelmans. Which, like, again, you know, there's not much else I can really say about it. Obviously, people know that I'm a fucking ginormous Spielberg shill. So
like how you word the shill. Like how you use the word shill.
You know, that's kind of how it is with me with Spielberg. You know, everybody fucking knows that I love him and I'd do anything.
He's the reason why you make movies.
Exactly. I'd do anything to give him a little kiss, just one.
On the head or the cheek or the lips.
Could it be one elongated kiss where I get all three?
God,
I start on his forehead and I just like that. God. That's the plan. I fucking loved this movie so much. Made me so happy. Made me cry.
Yeah.
Like a fucking idiot. It made me fucking weep. Paul Dano is so good in this, and so is Michelle Williams is also excellent. Like
and Seth Rogen
and my boy Seth Rogen is also excellent as a fucking homewrecker.
That's such a sad snap.
It's so sad. It's when he realizes that his mum's cheating on his dad. It's so sad. And F. Murray Abraham.
No,
different guy.
Are you thinking of who?
The uncle.
Judd Hirsch.
Hirsch.
The one who got nominated for an Oscar when we were all like, why him?
for like a scene. Is that Judd Hirsch?
Yes, Judd Hirsch is Judd Hirsch.
Who's F. Murray Abraham?
He looks similar. I can see how you.
Is it a different guy? It is a completely different guy. Okay. Oh, it's because he kind of looks like him in that specific movie.
Yes.
He doesn't look like that in real life. Okay,
No.
that's fine.
Yeah.
So he's excellent for that one just that one little sequence is really fucking.
No, he is really good. Yes.
It's great fun. Obviously the lead is amazing. I can't remember what that kid's called, but he's fantastic. Like if you were gonna do a proper Spider-Man movie that was a period piece for when the 60s, for when the first comics started coming out, that's the fucking guy.
Gabriel LaBelle.
Yes, he's great. Like him a lot. I can't wait to see what he gets up to in the future. He's very good.
He's younger than Joe.
Ew. Gross, dude.
He's born in 2002.
Oh, he's younger than me.
Yeah, he is.
What a cunt. I don't like him anymore. It's just like, it's a beautiful movie about why people that make movies love making movies so much.
Yes.
And David Lynch's little cameo is lovely.
Love it. I love it.
It was so, but it like,
yeah.
The movie looks amazing. Michelle Williams as the mother is like one of the most interesting characters of the year for me. She's so layered and confusing, and she's brilliant. And I think that dynamic of the family that they explain, like there's engineers and there's artists, and his dad just doesn't get it at all. He doesn't get the creative stuff because his dad's too logical. It's a fantastic family drama that was also a brilliant insight into one of my favorite people ever. So
do you see what
it was?
Sorry, I was going to say, do you understand what I mean in the sense of like, it's nice to see a film about a guy wanting to be a filmmaker that isn't eye rolling, that isn't up its fucking own. It's like
100%. It's just like, you know, this it was made for me realistically. If I didn't like this, then something has gone drastically wrong. So, you know, Spielberg just continues to prove why he is the fucking best at what he does.
I need to get this on Blu-ray.
Yeah, same. I fucking love this movie. It's great. So
absolutely excellent. Before we get to our favourites, Robbie, we'll do our little honourable
a couple of honourable mentions.
Do you have your like annual rant? Did anything like piss you off like Black Adam did?
It's only Indiana Jones.
Oh well, we've done
that. You know, there's nothing else really for
Before
me.
we get honourable mentions, Robbie, I want to give a dishonourable mention. And I
Oh,
don't usually like to do this because I like to be positive.
Yeah, you do.
Positive.
This is a weird little role reversal going on.
But I also feel like I can call this film out for how dog shit it is.
Okay.
Because Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania might be my least favourite superhero film of all time.
Okay.
Legitimately angered.
It's not me
It's not
that
on.
bad. But yeah, it's awful.
No,
but
honestly,
it's awful. Yes.
No, for me, you could be like, it's not that bad, right? But for me, it's everything I despise about a film.
Yes.
When I first watched it, I was like, I didn't really like that, whatever.
Yeah.
But as time went on, the more I remembered it, I was like, no, you know what? That might be one of the worst things I've seen in life. Yeah. And I was alive for 9/11. Yeah. And it's not as bad as that. And it's not as bad as that. And I'm not saying that at all. But I am saying Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is quite shit. It's not a tragedy. It's not a tragedy.
What about when they got really talented comedic actor William Jackson Harper to be in the movie and did fucking nothing with him?
Here's my issues with this, Robbie, and I'll say this, and this is my point. I've finally come to the decision that this is the worst superhero film ever for me. This is my least favorite superhero film of all time because at least I can laugh at Batman and Robin.
Yeah.
At least I could have a funny time with, that's shit, that's funny, what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age, did they, Arnie? Did they really?
Yeah.
At least I can forget Justice League.
Yeah.
This film slips my mind, but everything I do remember is the worst thing. So
is it like MODOK's little bottom?
It angers me so much, Robbie. And I'll say it now.
Yeah.
Worst CGI I've seen ever. And yes, I'm aware The Flash also came out, but at least I could chuckle at that.
Yeah.
At least with Spy Kids 3D, I could have a chuckle with that.
Because it's like it's
this CGI is weird, uncanny to where it's so shit.
Yeah.
But it's not bad enough to where it's like.
This is the thing with it is that the VFX in this movie are not technically bad, but they're just awful to look at.
They're ugly. I want to throw up thinking about this film. And I remember leaving this film because I also hate the humor in this film. I'm not a fan of Marvel's brand of humor generally, but this was the worst I've seen from it.
Yeah,
because it's just like it's the physical embodiment of just. Imagine if just this. No, it wasn't that funny. You didn't tell a joke. Yeah, but wasn't that funny? Imagine that, but as a film. That's what.
But the big head man said dick. Isn't that funny?
Oh, it's that I hate MODOK so much. I hate him. I want that thing to burn in hell. I want this whole film to burn in hell. And I remember after this film, I remember thinking to myself, well, at least Jonathan Majors was good in it, and now I have no reason to defend the film because fuck him. To be quite honest, fuck him. And he wasn't even that good. And he wasn't even that.
No,
good
he wasn't.
In the film,
he wasn't that good.
It was a simple thing. Like at the time, he's a talented actor at the time.
Yeah.
I was like, I like everything he's been in, so I want him to succeed. So I don't want to shit on the film totally.
Yeah.
But now I don't want him to succeed. So now I have no reason to hang on to this film in any regard.
What a fucking crazy move to be like, the first time we're introducing the main villain for this next, like, this is what we're fucking building towards. You introduce him in Ant-Man 3 and have him defeated by fucking ants.
Yeah.
What threat is that? What the fuck are you doing?
And quite frankly, and honestly, worst trilogy of all time. Don't give a shit what anyone says. The Ant-Man trilogy is irredeemable. Dog shit all around.
Yeah.
Fucking A Quantumania. And I can say it. Again, I don't like to badmouth filmmakers or films because, again, someone probably put a lot of hard work into it. And if it wasn't my cup of tea, whatever. This, I don't believe anyone had a passion for this film. Quite frankly, they're like, what do we need to do next? We need to do Ant-Man. Okay. Get Peyton Reed to do it. Fucking whatever. Shoot it on a green screen. I don't give a shit. That's just what this film gives off. Hate this film.
You know,
anyway.
do you know what's fucking crazy is that Marvel clearly for the Fantastic Four movie that's coming out at some point. If they ever cast it. Apparently they have finalized the cast now, so that's sorted. I'm not entirely happy with it, but it's fine. Okay. That they were clearly looking for somebody that they've already worked with to direct it because they wanted safe hands because they want it to be good. And Peyton Reed has been fucking talking about wanting to do a Fantastic Four movie for forever. He's been campaigning for it for fucking years. And when they were clearly looking for someone to direct the Fantastic Four movie, this is what he handed in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How fucking talentless can you actually be?
Now, I don't want to badmouth Payne Reed because I don't know him. I don't know what he's like.
Well, exactly.
Stuff, but he didn't make good films. He didn't make good films, is quite frankly.
When they were looking for the director for the Fantastic Four movie, which you've been campaigning for wanting to do for years, you handed in this, and they gave Fantastic Four to John Watts.
Well, now he's good with John.
And then he didn't want to do it, and now they gave it to the guy that did WandaVision.
Oh yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Are you not embarrassed? Fuck.
So anyway, that's my dishonorable mention, and that's the only dishonorable mention I'm going to say. Okay.
Oh my god.
Let's go on and talk about some of the other things that we liked. I'll list five honorable mention films.
I'll just do the 5 in my rankings before the top 10.
That's literally what I'm going to do. My 11 and 15.
Yeah.
My
cool.
My 15 was Talk to Me.
Yeah.
Great time.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Being a film that stuck in my head. I love the directed style. I love the whole, just everything about it is sick.
Yeah.
And I'm hyped for the sequel. Like it's something like, yes, I want to see more of this.
Yes.
Great performances as well, man. It's just a solid like good ass time. Do you see what I mean in the sense like it's disturbing, but there's a funness to it as well?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
I got a film called Love Life as well, which is this a quiet Japanese film. Filmmaker is called Koji Fukada. Not familiar with him, but it's a really lovely, patient film that deals with a family tragedy and how that family could handle it. And it's weird. The film's calm in that Japanese way, but the story it's quite melancholic as well, though. So. If people aren't familiar, Love Life, give it a fucking go, man. I don't think it's anything sensational, but it's a really solid, like, nice, quiet human drama with it.
Yeah.
I got another documentary. I got David Holmes, The Boy Who Lived, Nearly Wept. This is the film about the Harry Potter stunt double.
Oh, yes.
Down your right. Absolutely. Just, again, as I said, I'm favouring films more that seem to speak about a thing that feel more like, why is this film important to the filmmaker, or why is this film important to the people involved with it?
Yeah.
If anything, this just makes me go, why is there not a stunt category in the awards? Why? Because the amount of work that these people put into it, great, but also just isolating it. It's just a great story about this guy, and everyone should know the name David Holmes and all that stuff. Give it a watch. So really, seriously, if you haven't seen it, watch it. Lovely story. Not as depressing as the other documentary that I mentioned. Nice. Is what I was saying. Another honorable mention. I've got Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. This is again, mate. I just love these Tom Cruise action films. I fucking love these films. Because do I remember loads about the story? No. But the thing with these Mission Impossible films, when you do watch them, you go like, no, this is why I fucking love these things. I remember the action set pieces. There's the car chase in Italy, which is great and inventive. There's the bike jump, which is just mental, which is just ridiculous. The whole train sequence is phenomenal. There's a weird throwback feel to this film. This feels like a film this feels like a Hitchcock espionage film, but with a bigger action budget.
Yeah.
What this... And, excuse me. And as always, I love the team in this. Simon Pegg, Tom Cruise, Rebecca Ferguson, Ving Rhames. Just all got great chemistry. All still do brilliant. And Hayley Atwell is an amazing inclusion in this, is what I will say. Cool. Absolutely loved her in this. It's just another really good Mission Impossible film. And it's the seventh one.
Yeah. What
And
mod
the
you
only-
want?
And the only bad one was 2. So
Yeah.
there you go. And the last honourable mention film, I want to say, is Babylon. I want to give a shout out to Babylon.
I haven't seen it still.
Because I watched it again the other night, and you know what? I honestly think I like this film just for the exact same reasons why I like Wolf of Wall Street. It's exactly those reasons.
Yeah.
I love the aesthetic. I love the atmosphere. There's so many times where I'm laughing. If a film I was debating whether if this or Barbie was going to be my 10. Genuinely. Funny enough, it's Margot Robbie comedies. But I think, like, again, this film's great. I would watch this again, man. Like, tomorrow. Like, it's like that type of thing. Again, I love the style. The score is fucking phenomenal. Tom Maguire is perfect.
Yeah.
Not as Charlie Chaplin. Not as Charlie Chaplin.
Yes.
He's a weird drug dealer, is what he is, actually.
Okay. Cool, man.
He's brilliant in it. Brad Pitt's storyline is the highlight of the film, and Brad Pitt might be the best part in the film. Great. Cameos galore.
Yeah.
That work. I love Babylon, and I'll
Fair
say
enough.
it. And it's a film that stays, it's still in my head, and I love the ending. I love a lot of the jokes. And yeah, just Babylon's fucking solid, man. What are 5 films that you want to give honorable mentions to, Robbie?
I'll go for Theatre Camp was fun.
That I've got that within my list as well. That's my 32. Yeah. I like that one a lot.
It's a good, fun, daft little comedy
Yeah.
on Disney Plus that's got a lot of heart to it. It's quite nice. Again, you're gonna hate this. Dungeons and Dragons was next on there.
Still didn't see it.
Again, it's really fucking good. I don't know why you have this weird vendetta against it, because you've construed a movie that doesn't exist in your head. I think you should just watch it. It's fucking good time. I don't understand your weird vendetta against this movie.
You know, maybe I'll watch it by myself, so it doesn't feel like if I'm watching it with you, because it might be awkward for you if I.
Yeah, exactly. Just watch it. It's good. Across the Spider-Verse, again, we've spoken about it. It's very good. It's beautifully animated. A lot of pacing issues for me, but it's still, it's more of the same. And if you liked the first one, you're gonna like it.
It's my 31.
Yeah,
So,
it's good. It's good. It's a good movie. Then I had Blue Beetle. Like I've said already, bizarre that it's this high. I just really enjoyed it. I can't describe why. The practical suit looks fucking great.
Okay.
The cast, especially the guy that plays Blue Beetle, I can't pronounce his name, so I apologize, but he's fucking brilliant. He's so charismatic. He's a Cobra Kai guy.
Okay.
He's got so much charisma, just fucking great. And George Lopez is good in it, I guess.
Right.
As like his weird kooky uncle. It's good fun, and it's got a nice story about family or whatever. It's just a nice, fun family film. Would highly recommend for children and me. And then my last honourable mention, my number 11 film, was Chicken Run: Dawn of the Nugget.
Yeah, was that good?
It was a great time. And also, but I would say that this is my thing with it. If you've got kids and you're thinking, I'll just put Chicken Run on, don't do that.
Is it hard and fucked? Is it?
It's fucking terrifying.
Nice.
Which I love, because the first one's fucking terrifying as well. It's insane that I was allowed to watch as a child in retrospect. And like, I just kind of miss the days when kids' movies were like a bit fucked. Yeah. Like, kids' movies weren't scared to just be a bit fucking freaky.
Yeah.
Because like this one, they've all got all the chickens have got mind control collars on, so that they want to be turned into chicken nuggets.
Right.
And it's fucking harrowing, because they're like just like happily going along this conveyor belt to get turned to chicken nuggets or whatever. It's real scary. It's fucked. But it's very good, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I like Aardman anyway. Very excited for the new Wallace and Gromit this year. So
interesting.
That's good, despite Peter Sellers being dead.
That's the thing. That's the thing.
But they've recast him, so that's fine.
Well, yeah. Before we get to our number ones, Robbie.
Yeah, yes, babe.
I want to throw some other favourites. Other favourite of the years.
Yeah.
Because I sometimes do this as well. So if you have any other things you can throw out there as well.
Yeah.
I had a favorite album this year, Robbie.
Yes. Oscar.
My favorite artist of all time came out with an album. Sufjan Stevens' Javelin.
Oh yeah.
Is the album of the year. It's apart from just being great return to form folky songs from Sufjan with heartbreaking lyrics. It's even more heartbreaking that, first of all, send loads of love to Sufjan Stevens my way. I'm sending it to him because he announced like, oh yeah, I'm not going to be a part of the promotional tour for my album because I had this immune disease or something where I need to learn to walk for the next year. So enjoy the album, everyone. I went, oh shit, mate. And apparently it was like they caught it like on the point of like, oh, if you left it longer, you could have just died, mate. So like,
oh my god.
So it's like that, but then also that was like before that was in the build up leading up to the album. Then the album released, and then he went, this album is in dedication to my partner who passed away in April. And I was like, Soof. But to me, what makes this album a bit more like, fuck, because again, my favorite album it's my favorite album of all time, and it's like it's like my two it's on my two favorite things. Not even like my two favorite just things of all time. It's like Her and the album Carrying Lowell, which he wrote after the death of his mother, and it's a big grieving album type thing. It's a beautiful storytelling piece of music and just actually getting shit out there. It has my favorite song in there. But Javelin, it's not. He didn't make that album post the death of Evans Richards, who was his partner. Someone said, wait, so Evans died in April. When would the album have to have been done? And then someone then went like, right, so realistically, he would have had to have the album like done to get vinyl printed at this time. And apparently people were like, oh, so he finished the album before his partner's death. But then part of me was saying to myself, oh, was this an album with him knowing he's going to die? Which in that right, it's even more of like a fuck. And again, there's songs on there that are beautiful, uplifting as well. Again, that is Sufjan Stevens. He does it all really well. He goes from really sad, melancholic to really uplifting type of things. He's got a song in there called So You Are Tired, where it's a song that sounds more like a conversation he's having with Evans of like, are we fucking like is this the end of our relationship? Are we done as like a couple, but also still really fucking love you? There's a song called Will Anybody Ever Love Me, which feels like Sufjan Stevens is speaking to himself, where like, after this, is there even any more love left for him? It's it is beautiful, lovely album. It's 40 minutes. That's my favorite album. I have a favorite stand-up special this year. Again, like last year I talked about Nathaniel by Gerard Carmichael. This year, Mark Maron's From Bleak to Dark is my favorite special. Again, if we're on about something, an art form being a creative outlet for grief, Mark Maron's this is his first stand-up special after the death of his girlfriend, who was Lynn Shelton, who was the director of a lot of his stand-up specials as well. And and again, Mark Maron, funny as fuck. I love him. But it's not a sad stand-up. It's an honest stand-up, if anything. And there's things, and again, there's like fun little bits of just being like Mark Maron making jokes. Again, honest jokes that don't feel like I'm making funnies. But it's like things where it's like, hey man, I'm gonna be honest. If you're concerned about what do I do for my grieving friend, honestly, nothing. You don't need to do anything. You just need to be there. And he said like an anecdote about like it's like I had someone go like, hey, you all right? And he goes, no, honestly not. And then he just went on this ramble and he goes, you know what, thanks, that means a lot. You did a lot for me. And he was like, did I? Just said hi. It goes like, so it's funny bits like that, but then obviously it's not the whole the whole hour isn't my girlfriend's dead. It's like there's other bits in that as well. So it's Mark Maron doing what he does best with a bit of heartfelt, like actual genuineness to it. It wouldn't be a me thing if I didn't mention the wrestling shit that I liked from this year. North Wrestling as a whole, I'm not saying this just because I'm employed by them, but I would be saying this if I wasn't. They've done some great shit lately. I don't have any input in the wrestling matches, and they've done absolute bangers, so you can trust my word for that.
Yeah.
Great stuff there. So North Wrestling, keep an eye on what they're doing. It's exciting stuff this year. But in terms of not stuff that I work for, in terms of stuff that don't pay me, I need...
Yes.
AEW have had some banging things. This year, they did their Wembley show that I went to, which was great atmosphere. It was excellent. I saw CM Punk's last match in AEW before. I saw him. I saw his last match after he got in a fight with Jack Perry. That was fun.
Damn.
And I remember just being on the tube, going back to the hotel and looking up and going, like, CM Punk going to fight again. my favorite wrestlers punching people again, and not in the scripted way. But All In isn't my favorite show of this year. Last year, I talked about the Forbidden Door pay-per-view between AEW and New Japan, where I said to you, it's like the No Way Home for wrestling. Well, they did another Forbidden Door pay-per-view this year, and it was even better. So that's once again my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It was great. I'll list five of my favorite matches of the year, a list within a list. At number 5, I got Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks in the strap match at All Out. Bryan Danielson wrestled a 5-star match with still a recovering broken arm. Just saying, he might be the best wrestler ever. Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page at Full Gear in a Texas Death Match. This was a match where Hangman Page busted open Swerve Strickland and then drank his blood. What a mint visual. It was gruesome and violent and brilliant.
What the fuck?
Yeah, man, it was good. Bryan Danielson versus Zack Sabre Jr. Wrestle Dream. Talk about everything I love in wrestling. It's just two guys who are really good at technical wrestling, just doing that for like over half an hour. MJF versus Bryan Danielson in over an hour Iron Man match. Maybe the best Iron Man match I've ever seen. Again, Bryan Danielson might be the best wrestler of all time. And my favorite match of the year was Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega at Forbidden Door. That pay-per-view, that was my favorite event. Really violent. Two wrestlers that are just incredible. Just doing the incredible shit. So there you go. And the last bits of honorable mentions I do want to say in terms of my favorites things, I want to give shout out to TV. So, there's some TV that I didn't catch. Yeah. I missed Poker Face. I didn't watch. I want to watch Poker Face because I've heard that's great, and I'm a big Ryan Johnson fan. I didn't watch Last of Us. Sorry.
It's good.
I know I would like it.
Yeah.
So I just haven't watched it. The Curse hasn't come out properly yet in the UK. It's Nathan Fielder, Emma Stone, Benny Safdie. Yeah. And I fucking love Nathan Fielder. I talked about The Rehearsal last year as my TV pick of the year. But Beef came out, and my goodness, talk about perfect writing and perfect acting. Why is Stephen Yeun not getting... Why are people still overlooking this man? Quite frankly,
well, he was gonna be in a Marvel movie this year, but no. He's not.
You know what I mean. But it's like, he's getting loads. Again, Beef is definitely getting loads of love, and I think it's deserving. I think it's. Have you seen Beef yet?
No, I haven't. I started watching the first episode, but I didn't really get into it.
No, I don't want to say.
I might give it another go, but yeah.
The half-an-hour episodes, in my opinion, I got hooked on the first episode. So to me, I was just in. I'm a fan of needle drops. And the songs that were getting dropped in this were just all my shit. The episode 1 ends with The Reason. Hooper Stank finishes this fucking episode. Fucking Stephen Yeun sings an Incubus song, which is great as well. It progresses to a point where, like, I love the concept of, like, oh yeah, it's fun, like, oh yeah, road rage incident. And then just how it escalates is just thrilling. Like, this becomes, like, I'm saying this not as a thing to impress you, but I know for other people, this goes to Breaking Bad levels of insanity with crime, is all I'm saying. It's brilliant. And I love Beef, and it's amazing. And it would be my favorite thing from TV if I didn't watch The Bear.
Yeah, and I'm going to fucking gush about this shit.
And all I'm saying is, this might be my new favorite TV show ever.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is, season 1, I'll get my little thing, then we can do whatever with this. Season 1, loved. Fucking loved it. It's not an example of season 1's good, but let's see what more they can do. Season 1's fucking great.
Yeah.
Episode 7 review, thrilling. First of all, you open with a Sufjan Stevens song.
Yeah.
What? Like, instantly, I'm like, blown away. And then it's like, then we're getting into it. I'm like, we haven't cut. Holy shit, they're boiling point in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And
It's
then the
fucking
order comes
awesome.
through. Again, slight spoilers for the bear. I'm just going to say that now. If you don't want anything, just go with the bear. It's the best thing. And then it's like, Kami's just reading it out and he's going, just freaking out. Again, I've used get the fuck off my Expo Chef now too often since I've just everything about it. And then the end of season 1 happens and I'm fucking crying.
Yeah.
One, at Kami's monologue. I don't care what people say. People go, that's too much tell. Fuck you. It's impactful and it's meaningful and I needed that.
Yeah.
And then as soon as he opens that envelope and he says, love you, dude, let it rip. I'm crying. Yeah. And then the show ends with Radiohead's. With a Radiohead. Like, God damn it, what a perfect finale.
Yeah.
Season 2. I'm going to say it, Robbie. My favorite season of television I've ever seen, ever. Personally, me. Opens fine. Again, great episode. Fuck everyone that disparages Claire, just saying.
Yeah, fuck off.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a bit convenient. No.
No, she's not.
Yourself.
Fuck off.
Go fuck yourself. And Molly Gordon's an absolute treasure in this as well. Just that's the thing. No one's bad. No one's bad in this. And then, the first 5 episodes, great. What's next? Episode 6, Fishes.
Yeah.
This is, without a doubt, my favorite episode of television.
Okay.
And personally, for me, again, I know a lot of people like Forks a lot. People say Forks is the best episode, and I can get that as well.
That's my favorite episode.
And I can get that as well. Fishes, I've never had that much of a visceral viewing experience for me where, like, again, there's a lot of things in this show where it's like, oh, that's a very thing that's relatable to me. I can feel that, especially recently. And there's instances where it's like, again, the little things of like Mikey lobbing the fork and there's just the argument. And then that one moment where he gets up and fucking, it's like, oh, I've seen a family member not throw a fork and not knock shit over, but I've seen a family member in another argument with another family member stand up in that exact same like way. And I'm like, God, that just hit a bit too close, that did. But then it's just that end bit of like Kami just dead ass staring the fork and the cannoli. The beautiful bit towards when we get to the end, he wants to take back the cannolis as something that's from then on, from episode 6 on, that's the best run of like just consecutive like great episode after another great episode after another great episode after another, to when we get to the ending of that season where it's just, mate, like I'm like, there's so much about this. It says a lot, but it says enough, and it lets us think about shit enough. It's fucking great, man. The Bear is my favorite thing from Bear season 2. Is my favorite. It's better than any film that I've seen this year. It's my favorite show. I'm beyond hyped for season 3. I'm in love with all the characters. I think Jeremy Allen White is how did I not know about this guy before this?
Yeah.
It's incredible. The Bear is literally my favorite thing now, genuinely.
I can start my shit off with TV then, just to go off the back of The Bear. But the fact that it's written in such a way, right, that it might be episode 5 of season 2, when Claire is first introduced.
I think it's 2. I think it's episode 2.
It's episode 2.
I think it's
right.
Yeah.
I cried in the scene where she's introduced, and nothing of note happens, right? No. In that scene, they just have a chat or whatever. But when I realised that Kami was getting a love interest, I just fucking wept because I was so happy for him. I was so happy. I didn't even get to know the character of Claire at all yet. You don't get to know anything about her when she's first introduced. Just the idea that Kami was getting a love interest made me so emotional.
But you know, from that she goes, Kami? And then they look. Yeah. She knows him. He knows her. They've got a connection. Yeah. Oh my God, they're going to do a love interest. Holy shit. And they've got history. Oh my God.
Yeah. I just it instantly made me cry. And that's not even, they didn't even do anything. All they did was introduce a character. And just the impact that would have on a character that I already care about is what made me cry. It's
Carmen's like my favorite character going.
Yeah.
Just honestly.
And I know that I tend to lean things to the superhero variety when I shouldn't. No, but it's just how my brain works sometimes. But hey, Marvel, you ever want to recast Wolverine? He's fucking right there.
Jamie Allen,
he's perfect.
but do I want him in?
Well, I know, but
no, if great for that,
if you do an actually good X-Men movie or whatever that you want to reboot the X-Men and you need a new Wolverine, he's
Jeremy
fucking
White.
He's a little fucking angry guy. He is literally Wolverine jumped off the fucking anyway. But Evan Moss Backrack as Richie is so good.
Golden.
He's the best.
Yeah, I love him as well.
I love that character so much. I can't wait to see him as the Thing in Fantastic Four.
Is that what's happening, is it?
Yep, he's the Thing, which is actually perfect.
Yeah, I guess.
It's like the one cast member in that cast where I'm like, yeah, that's actually fucking, great, actually. But he's fucking brilliant. I just think he's incredible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the show's fucking great. It's the best.
John Bernthal specifically in Fishes is just I'm like,
it's great. Yeah.
To be fair, everyone like that one episode where it's like, oh shit, it's a flashback. Oh, this is cool. Oh, it's an hour long midway through the season. This is interesting. You walk in. Hey, that's Bob Odenkirk. Wait, that's Sarah Paulson. Wait, that's John Mulaney. The fuck, Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yeah. John Mulaney's speech in that episode where he does Grace is beautiful. It's the best, man. It's so good.
I feel bad for Pete so much, but I get the frustration.
Oh, he's so I fucking hate that guy.
No, I get it. No, it's like I feel bad for him, but it's like it's like, hey everyone. It's like, what the fuck is that? It's like,
fuck off, dude.
Calmy looks because the fuck is that, Pete? John Mulaney, Stevie. It's like, Stevie, what is that? He goes like, you're gonna be really mad, but his heart was in the right place, Carl.
It's so bad.
And then he just dead looks at him and goes like, 7 fishes, Pete. They'll make 8 fishes. They'll make us assholes.
I love it.
It's just brilliant. And again, that final episode where it's like, again, Kami gets stuck in the fridge. Brilliant. I love it. There's so much of it. I love the edit. I think it's in episode 9 where he's like having that panic attack. And he's like in like the alley, whatever. And it almost looks like it's in reverse at one point.
Yeah.
And then it's just that like quick edit where I'm like, an edit's never made me start crying. Like that was like the point where like he's like starting to get like anxious, hype. And it's like there's flashes of Claire, you get the heart, then there's flashes of Mikey, there's flashes of that fight, there's flashes of the best things of his life, the worst things. I'm like, this is the most accurate thing I've ever seen of having like that, like everything's coming ahead and I'm just an anxious man and like something's going to go wrong, so it's bound to go wrong. Mate, if anything, I just wanted to, we could probably talk about the Bear as a whole anyway. So
I know. Yeah.
And we need to have more of a discussion about it because we haven't yet, but like, Jesus Christ, genuinely my favorite thing.
Fucking fantastic. I love it. Other things for me, obviously Doctor Who was great. So that's everything became right with the world with Doctor Who, which was nice.
Watch the Christmas special if you want to hear Robbie's in-depth thoughts.
Yeah,
as in,
baby.
As in our Christmas special.
Our Christmas special, but also watch the Doctor Who Christmas special because it was great and they did a little musical number in the middle. That so many old Doctor Who fans like over the age of 40 were so fucking fuming and it was so it was so funny. I was like, fuck it. You know?
Yeah.
He did a little sing song. He did a little song about goblins or whatever.
Well, that feels very Doctor Who.
Exactly, and it feels very Shooty Gatwa to
Yeah.
come in and be like, just do a fucking musical number in his first episode. Great, good on him. Anyway, yeah, Doctor Who was great. Really enjoyed it. Lovely stuff. Very much looking forward to the future of the show. Was it perfect? No. Was it exactly what I wanted? No. But it's good, and that's all I needed it to be. I just needed it to be good Doctor Who again. So that was very good. I also started watching The Traitors, which is insane. So,
Yes.
with Claudia Winkleman,
Yeah.
it's just hilarious. This second season, everybody on it's a fucking moron, and
Right,
it's making it just the best.
Right.
Like everyone's so bad at the game, and it's just very funny. In terms of other things that I could talk about, I'll say books actually. Books I read this year.
Go ahead. Bring some literature to the intermission.
I will. I'm gonna bring some literature. Look at me.
I bring the fucking wrestling. You bring the books.
I'll bring the books like a fucking cool guy.
Oh my knee! I want to read more though. I am gonna start trying to like. I saw like Eric Striffler was on a podcast because he wants to get back into reading, and he's saying like what he's trying to think about. Like think about like like whatever book you got. How many pages is that? Just dedicate yourself to reading a page a day, because by the time you get to it, you would have finished. So it's whatever. And if you want to read more, then read more. I'm like, I should probably do that. Actually, I should probably just pick up a book, just go one page, and then just leave it. And then I need to do that, man.
It's great. I read 6 books last year.
Tell us about them.
I read The Satsuma Complex by Bob Mortimer, which is excellent. It's about like a lawyer in London who doesn't have any friends, and then he meets a girl one night that he never gets the name of, so he just calls her Satsuma. And then it turns out that she's like involved. His friends that he meets at the pub usually gets murdered, and then there's like a big conspiracy as to did this girl have something to do with it, and it's so funny. Obviously, I love Bob Mortimer anyway. He's one of my favorite men in the world. So it's very good. I would highly recommend it. But like, as much as it's a comedian writing a novel, at the same time, it is actually a very good novel. So would recommend. It's very good. I then read The Talented Mr. Ripley, which is a movie.
Yeah.
That Matt Damon and such. I thought this was good. There was, if anyone doesn't know the story, this guy, Tom something, I can't remember. Tom Ripley, hence the name. Goes and he meets Fit Jude Law, who presumably also has a real name.
Okay.
He's played by Jude Law in the movie. I can't remember.
He's not called Fit Jude Law.
He's not called Fit Jude Law, but Tom Ripley is hired by Jude Law's parents to go to where Jude Law's living in Italy and bring him back home. So befriend him because they went to college together or something. Befriend him, bring him back home because they haven't heard from him anymore. So he goes. He becomes obsessed with Jude Law in a bit of a Saltburn situation. He then, when Jude Law's like, actually, I'm not gay and I'm fucking Gwyneth Paltrow and that's whatever. Tom gets very jealous and gets very angry and goes a bit crazy. Takes him out on a boat one day and fucking kills Jude Law. Right? Spoilers. Apologies. But this is like the premise. He kills. Oh well, yeah. Sorry. He. Well then, yeah. I apologize. I've spoiled this whole thing. He kills Jude Law and takes his identity.
Right.
And then the rest of the story is him frantically trying to keep this facade up that he is Jude Law. And it's so stressful. And I preferred the movie to the book. The book goes on a bit for me, and the ending, I don't know. Okay. I then read a book called This Is How You Lose the Time War, because I saw it before the meme started. So I bought this book because it was recommended in the bookshop, and I was just looking for a book. Whereas there was a review from someone called like Dick Butt or something. Put a review being like 5 stars and saying it's like one of the most incredible books about fucking love and all this kind of, and like doing this incredibly in-depth, bless him, like proper passionate review, and then the name was Dick Butt, so it was funny. And it blew up massively, and the book started, people started buying the book, and the author was like, "Thank you so much to Dick Butt for like getting recognition on my book." But I didn't like it at all.
Okay,
it's like so there's a red team and a blue team that are armies, and the red side of this war, right, has a future that they want to happen. And the blue side has a future that they want to happen, and they've both discovered time travel. So they have agents that they send through the time stream to change little bits to ensure that their future happens or whatever. So it's this like war through time to ensure the future goes the right way for whatever side wants to win.
Right.
And then 2 of the agents from opposite sides start falling in love, and they're lesbian robots or whatever. And it's just fucking like. Oh, it's just so fucking repetitive. It's so repetitive, and nothing really happens, and I can't remember how it ends. And like halfway through, it's like I feel like somebody's watching us, and then it's like hinting at the end of every chapter that somebody is watching them in the background. And I was like, as soon as it happens, I'm like, well, this is a time travel book. It's gonna be one of them from the future because they're the only 2 characters in the fucking book, so it's gonna be one of them. And it is. So that was good. Anyway, I then read Humans, by Matt Haig.
Is this did a film get based on this starring Stephen Yeun?
I don't think so.
Hang on. The Humans. Because if you're about to say something about this, I'm going to say be very vague because I don't want to know anything.
Okay.
No. The Humans I was thinking of is a film. It's a film based on a play by Steve Karam. So that's what I just wanted to make sure that
we're fine. Yeah, no. The Humans is a book by Matt Haig. So it's basically this dude who wakes up naked in the street one day, and it's all from his, like, it's written from his perspective, and he's just saying that he's an alien, and that he doesn't know what's going on, and that he's an alien who has assumed the identity of this physics lecturer at university because he was on the verge of discovering something that would change the course of human history, and so they've like kidnapped him and replaced him with an alien.
Right.
But then like you learn more about the guy before that happened, and it's like he's clearly on the verge of a mental breakdown, and then it's kind of like, is he actually an alien, or is this just a guy that's like completely fucking lost touch with reality and is really not having a good time? Turns out he is just an alien.
Right, okay.
But it took me like 30 pages to be like, is this guy actually a fucking alien, or is this like, what the fuck's going on here? And he has killed this man and taken his place and just pretends to be him, and then suddenly finds himself like falling in love with being a human, and maybe he starts to fall in love with the wife.
Right.
And he's like, because he loves her so much, he's the relationship is better than it ever used to be when the guy was the real guy. Okay. So it's like he starts fixing the family, and like you get so invested in this guy because he's just so fucking wholesome. It's delightful, and it's got really good messages about mental health and stuff, and it's just
cool.
Oof. It's really good. That was probably my favorite book of the year. 5 stars. Go read that. The Humans by Matt Haig. I read How to Kill Your Family by Bella Mackie, which is fine. Though it's like a girl who her mum was fucked over by this big businessman, and she found out that her real dad was this big businessman who's got all the millions in the world but didn't help her mum when she was ill and never picked her up or anything. So she grew up as an orphan. So she dedicated her whole life to killing that guy's family.
Right.
And so it's just like one by one she offs them. and it's quite funny, and it's like a fun feminist sort of thing. But it kind of, again, it's a bit repetitive and a bit up its own ass. But then Piranesi, which could be my favorite, that and The Humans are kind of tied for my favorite of the year, is this really fucking weird book where there's this guy who lives in a fucking like labyrinth made of like marble or whatever, and every so often a big flood of water comes in, and the whole like a corridor will get flooded and he has to go somewhere else or whatever. And the only two people that live in this world are him and this other guy that he calls the other because he doesn't know his name properly.
Right.
And you know, maybe all is not what it seems or whatever. I literally can't go into any more detail about it because you'll start spoiling things. And the best part about this book is not knowing anything. Okay. It's the fucking best, dude. Like that. I've never been so gripped by a book.
Cool.
So,
what's the name of the book?
Piranesi, it's called. Piranesi. Yeah, read that. That's my recommendation of the year.
Who's that by?
Susanna Clarke, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my one. I mean, The Humans is very, very good, and I would recommend it. And I've genuinely considered getting a tattoo of something that's in that book because it's just beautiful. But I would say for like picking up a book that you're not going to be able to put down, yeah, Piranesi is fucking. That's my pick of the year for books.
Okay.
And now I was doing better because I was like, I want to read more proper books instead of comics, and now I'm just reading a Supergirl comic. So it's very good. It's the one that the new movie's going to be based on. So I'm excited. It's great.
With that being said, Robbie, should we lead on to what our number one films?
Yes. Let's talk about our number one film of the year.
Best films of the year, according to us, me and you.
What's the best movie ever made, according to me?
Well, I'll say mine first, then we'll end on yours, because again, all that stuff. So, again, there was a lot that could have been there. For a good chunk, I was like, maybe it's Pearl. Maybe it's this. Could be this. Could be May, December. Did Beau is Afraid get that high? Maybe if I watch The Fabelmans again, maybe that might get there. But I'm going with this one because from the moment I watched it, it just didn't leave my head. And even though I've only seen it once, it's still in my conscience. And yeah. Saw X, as a fan of the franchise, was actually quite a nice, refreshing thing for me overall. And
are you actually doing this?
And what I'm saying is, there's no bit when I say Tobin Bell actually gave me something that I was actually really a big fan of with it. It's a thing where it gave the gore in all the right places. Whoa! I thought you were gonna zip. And
it's a standing O from me.
And you know what?
This is amazing.
And I love Saw X. I love the cinema experience that we had with it. I've loved talking about it.
Yeah.
But it's a shame it's my 22 on my overall list and my actual number one. But my favorite film of the year.
Let's just piece of shit. That felt amazing. That was like, the first time you ever see your parents drunk. Yeah. And you realise, they are a real human. It was like that for a second then. You fucking piece of shit. Well, say your fucking May 24th thing. That's going to make me sad.
Well, also Saw X, I do want to give it, because we haven't actually talked about it. As a Saw fan, it's actually nice to go see a Saw film in the cinema and be like, this was really good. This was really enjoyable. It was
great.
Kevin Groider, who's edited all the Saw films, barring Spiral, and the two that he did direct first time, because he directed 6 and 7 and he didn't edit those.
Okay.
But he directed and edited Saw X, and my God, the man just knows Saw. So, it's...
This guy gets it.
Part of me does want to legit say that is my favorite film of the year, but also... I'm not sure if it actually made me think on a human level, but whereas, you know what? That's like my honorary number one. That's like my number one. That's like a total, like, as like a Saw fan, and as a fan of this franchise, and as oddly enough, the fact that this franchise has now become like a good bonding thing with me, you, Reese, and Anna, weirdly, it's actually kind of grown another nice second life for me. Yeah. So and genuinely, my God, Tobin Bell's really good in it. Like, legit.
He was so good. Yeah,
and the trap's also really good. I love the leg sawing off. I like that one. I love when she had like smash her fucking hands or wrist or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was good.
There was other bit.
I liked the pipe bombs on the wrist one.
Yes, yeah.
That was a great one.
Anyway, just good ass time. But
yeah, very good.
But my favorite film of the year, my number one, is a film called Past Lives.
Oh yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, again, I can't. It might feel underwhelming of me to talk like as this of like a number one, because I don't think I have loads to say. Because the older that I'm getting, the more I'm like, some of the films that mean the most to me are things I can't necessarily express. So as opposed to trying to word it in a certain way, I just won't. So I'll just say bits that do. Like, it's refreshing just to watch a romance film by grown-ups, about grown-ups, that just feels like a grown-up way to handle love. Like, because obviously the film itself is very... do you know anything about the film, Robbie?
I don't really know any. I know that it's kind of like a one who got away situation.
Kind of. It's like two childhood friends who kind of had a crush on each other, living, from Korea. The girl, who grows up to be Greta Lee, they move away to Canada, I believe. But they move away. Maybe about like 12 or so years later, the lad ends up he finds her on Facebook. So they end up messaging a bit, and then they end up Skyping. This is this bit takes place in like 2012 or 2011 or something. So, they end up chit-chatting, and then it becomes a thing where, they're like Greta Lee, her character is a bit like, is this do we want to keep doing this because we're not going to realistically see each other? So is this because nothing's outright said, I love you, but they both like, but I did love you once. Yeah. And I'm still really enjoying this interaction now. But then we go to like 12 years later more. Forgive me, it's like half midnight, everyone. This is ridiculous. So then that, and then we see Greta Lee. She ends up meeting another guy. I forgot his name. Who she ends up marrying.
Boo.
And that's the natural reaction we all want to have.
Yeah.
Bit later in the film, eventually, the actor who I need to learn the characters' names. Hang on. So Greta Lee plays Nora. She's the Korean woman. Tae Yu plays Hae Sung, who's the Korean man. And then there's John Magaro, who plays Arthur, who's the white husband.
Is he in The Big Short?
I think he is. Yes, he is. Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. You want eventually Hae Sung is like, oh, I'm visiting. I'm going to be flying over. We should meet up. And it's like, yeah. What happens? Any other romance thing, you would think, what the feeling's going to be, they're going to meet, and then there's just going to be sparks, and then we're going to be, yes, run away with each other. That's what we want, because you're long-lost childhood lovers. What it becomes is like, you see like the connection there, but it's like, oh, it really is a what if. It really isn't. It really isn't a what should be. It's a what if. And even like Arthur speaks about this to Nora, and he's like, because he's a writer. Well, they're both writers. Both Nora and Arthur are book writers type of thing. And Arthur goes, this would be a great story. Two star-crossed lovers separated, and they meet, and I'm the evil white husband in between them. And she goes, shut up. So they address that thought, and they go like, that's not what this whole point is. And it's a very mature look. And by the end of it, no, I don't want Hae Sung and Nora to be together. Because that's not what happened. Yeah. And there's things like where Arthur goes to Nora and goes, like, if you think about it, how we met was just so boring. You two have a history. She goes, yeah, well, I didn't marry him though, did I? Yeah. And he goes, yeah, well, what about, like, say, like, if we didn't meet and you met some other guy in that cabin that also read the same books that I did, would you be here with him now? And she goes, I don't know. That's not how it happened, though. And that's the hot, because it's a saying called I'm ignorant to this, but, like, they emphasize, like, this saying called in Jung, which is kind of like of the similar thing of, like, well, you can't really. It's not. There's many past, but, like, that's just not what we're at. And in me, I didn't walk away from past lives being like I was emotionally wrecked, but I just felt very like, holy shit, that just, like, no one's the bad guy in this. And what's interesting is Celine Song, who's the writer and director, she wanted that initial thought, like, she intentionally introduced Arthur later in the film, because by that point we would have seen these two younger and growing up, and, like, as an audience we want these two to be together, and then you're like, who the fuck's this guy? So we naturally want to be, so she wants us to naturally go, what the fuck? But then it's like, well, that's just how shit is, isn't it? It's like, it's like, well, but you knew them for all your life. It's like, yeah, but I knew them at the start of my life. I didn't know them at, like Nora could have met Arthur at the really defining point in her life, and then they just click like that, and that's how that worked. It's not a fact, like, so there's little things like that, and to me that just speaks more, that is being a thought in my head more, and I've only seen this film once, so it's like a film where I'm like, I'm gonna watch this again, and I know I'm gonna, like, click more things, gonna click with me, and that's why Past Lives is my favorite film of the year. So yeah, there you go.
I want to watch that. I should go.
I do actually think you would like it. It's one of those ones where I'm like, you see, I'm not even sure if you would find it boring. Like, it's an hour and 46, so I'm looking at, like, and it's not, it's peaceful, but it's not vibes, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's not, like, because I thought you might have liked After Sun, but you didn't. That film is very much more, you need to kind of, like, ride the wave of it. This one has a bit more of, like, a plot, I guess is the way to describe it. So that's, and again, by the end, beautiful. They do beautiful things with how they handle language and different languages or whatever. You know, Arthur is a proper sweetheart at one point because he's trying to learn Korean, because he's like, he's saying to Nora, because he's like, well, there's that bit about you that I just don't understand, so I want to try to understand that. It's like, that's so, what an absolute fucking gem of a man. That's the thing. You don't walk away from, like, everyone's a dickhead or, like, what an arsehole. It's like, if I was in Hae Sung's position, I would be doing the exact same thing. If I was in Nora's position, exact same thing. Arthur's position, exact same things. This is what I mean. It's a love story about grown-ups by grown-ups. So there you go.
Okay, cool.
So, Robbie, your favourite film of the year?
My favourite film of the year, as is no surprise to absolutely anybody, is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's fucking awesome, man. Again, like you said before, there's not much that you can really say about it. I think, for me, right, James Gunn is a director that I love so much. I think he's up there for me with, like, favorite directors working today.
Oh, interesting.
Genuinely, which is weird to say because
the Suicide Squad.
Because I don't love everything that he's done.
I mean, that's fair.
You know, I love the Guardians of the Galaxy films. I think Super's very good. I like
Super a lot.
I like Slither a lot.
You watch it.
That's a good bit of weird fun. The Suicide Squad, I have a few issues with, but overall I think it's very creative and clearly lays a lot of groundwork for this movie. In terms of him becoming more creative with his camera movements and things like that. Yeah. And his action sequences becoming more fun and, like, a lot more energy.
They're set pieces. It's not just things. It's like actually choreography in this.
Yeah, but I think, I have my issues with Suicide Squad, but it doesn't mean it's not a great movie. I think it is a great movie. I think there's other parts of it for me where the comedy isn't exactly my thing. that one went a bit too far for me.
Yeah.
In places, which that's fine, whatever. Peacemaker's good. I liked that show. That was a great bit of fun.
Oh, yeah.
I think you'd like that if you haven't seen that.
Yeah, no, I've seen bits. I'm like, yeah, I probably did.
Yeah, you'd probably enjoy it.
I like John Cena. Fun. I like John Cena. I like him when he's a funny man. So
yeah, exactly. And I'm obviously very excited for Superman and for all that DC shit whenever it happens next year. I think. Superman's next year.
2025, I think.
Yeah. So this movie, I think, is perfect at what I've talked about it before, but at what he does best, which for me is comedy and also just kicking you in the balls, just like really, just making you so sad. And you really, what he excels at is creating these characters that are just fucking weirdos and just weird fucking broken people.
Yeah.
That you really care about. The fact that, right, because the main character of this movie, although it could be argued that Peter Quill, Chris Pratt
Rocket.
is the main
Rocket.
character of this movie, but Rocket's the main character of this movie. The fact that a blockbuster exists, based on the Marvel Comics character Rocket Raccoon, who is a talking raccoon who likes guns, and it makes me fucking weep every time I watch it, is insane. The fact that movie exists and is pulled off and you just fucking buy it is mental. That shouldn't be a thing. And yet this is just like, it's the best of the three for me, easily. It's
tied as my favorite MCU, personally.
Yeah. It's emotional.
From a personal point of view, yeah.
The soundtrack, I think, is, but it's not as good as some of the. I think the first one probably has the best soundtrack, but that's fine. But like that fucking, the action is incredible. The way that he moves, the way that James Gunn now moves the camera, is so fucking. It's got so much energy. You're just fucking glued to the screen when he's doing it. That action sequence to Beastie Boys near the end is the coolest shit in the world. It's just everything that I go to the cinema for in that one little sequence is like, this is the best thing in the world, by the way. Obviously the bits that make me cry, are the best. I mean, I know obviously everyone cries at that bit where all his friends get shot. All his little animal friends get shot. That's the worst. That scream that Bradley Cooper does when he's fucking, oh my god, fucking harrowing. And I can't say his name probably, but Chikwudi Iwuji, I think is how you pronounce it.
Okay.
Who plays High Evolutionary in the movie, is the villain of the film, is awesome. I'm so glad that we get a villain that's not like, you can really see where he's coming from. I like that we just have a villain again where it's like, you're not meant to empathize with this guy. He just sucks. He's the worst guy. Like, you just fucking hate this dude. And I think he just has a lot of screen presence. I think he's very good. But the bit where it looks like Rocket's dead and then he's in heaven and his otter friend, I don't know why I'm just calling her his otter friend. She's called Lila. I know this. I'm just trying not to look like a big fucking dork. Is like, it was your story all along. You just didn't know it or whatever.
Yeah, it's like Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 2 where Harry is...
but so much better. And it's the saddest thing in the world.
It's good.
It's good, like, it was your story all along and all this. It's just like, fuck, man. Holy shit. I can't... I was sat... So I showed my parents this. And I'm sat in the corner of the living room. And I'm fucking crying. But I'm trying not to, like, do it loud. I don't want anyone to notice, right? Especially not my dad. And I'm like, oh god, this is awful. And I look over, and both my mum and my dad are also crying. It was so fucking funny. The other bit that I cry at is, I think the ending of the movie. It would have been so easy for them to kill somebody off to make you cry, whereas it's just this beautiful fucking melancholic, like, happy sad ending.
Yeah.
Where, like, nobody dies. Everyone gets the perfect ending. And like,
I think we're over the martyr ending now. I think it's done now. Like,
which I'm so glad
like,
of.
Like in my head, like that can be a way to end a film, but that shouldn't. Like, I don't like. I feel it's a lot more powerful storytelling technique for someone who is constantly like, I've just been sad all this time.
Yeah.
And then they don't sacrifice themselves, but they do a death-defying thing, and they come out on the other side of it, and they go, right, now I need to like live with me now, and now I'm like on the other side of it. That's a lot more powerful storytelling than like, and he died a hero. It's like, no.
Yeah. It's like, no, fuck that. Because like, Peter Quill finally stops running after all these adventures where he's clearly been running away from home because he's got all this trauma about his mom dying or whatever. He finally decides to go back home and see his granddad, and it's so like, God, it's so nice. Gamora gets a family, which is nice. I think that's probably the weakest one of them for me. Just because she got that in the other Guardians of the Galaxy films. So like, but the fact that they don't end up together is really well handled. Good. I really like that. Rocket gets to be the leader of the Guardians, which again for him as a character who's always pushing people away or whatever, to become the leader of a team is fucking like a great arc for him. Groot is also there, so that's nice. Mantis getting to go off and discover who she is because she's always defined herself by other people.
Yeah,
beautiful. Nebula doing whatever she does. I can't remember what she does.
Neither can I, actually.
What does Karen Gillan do at the end of this movie? Because she's not
part of the team again.
She's not on the team.
Isn't she?
At
I
the
can't
end.
remember, mate.
Oh, she's gonna look after fucking nowhere, isn't she? She's gonna be like the sheriff of the big skull, which is fine, I suppose. Never been the biggest fan of that character anyway, so that's fine. But Dave Bautista.
I love that man. I love him.
Oh man, it makes me cry every time. He's like, he was on this revenge mission for so many years because his daughter and wife were killed by a blue man or whatever. and then he became a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's defined himself on being a warrior. And they're like, they've got all these kids that the fucking villain was experimenting on or whatever, and he's gonna look after the kids because it turns out he's not a warrior, he's a dad or whatever. And that's fucking cute as hell, man. And then Rocket puts the music on at the end, and it's like, it could be an 80s track, but it's been like, the movie starts with 80s tracks and kind of progresses.
No, it does.
Oh no, it starts with Creep.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
Which is the best. But it's like, it starts like, early 90s sort of grungy shit as it's going along. And it's getting like, and it's like mid 90s as it's going, you get your Beastie Boys or whatever near the end. And then they could have finished off with a classic Guardians of the Galaxy song, go to like a fucking Earth, Wind and Fire. Whatever. They could have done whatever. But no, Rocket presses play on his fucking Zune, and Florence and the Machine comes on, which at first caught me off guard, but I love it because it's like the whole past of it all, because all these people have fucking bonded over their trauma or whatever. The past of it all is done now, and now it's looking towards the future with music from fucking contemporary music instead of it being throwback 80s music. And that scene where they're all dancing, I'm just fucking weeping. I'm just like, I am an uncontrollable mess by that point when they're all dancing around, because I'm just so fucking proud of everybody. I'm just like, fucking go on, Drax. You fucking have a dance, bro. You fucking go for it. And Peter Quill's meeting his dad or his granddad or whatever. And fucking Rocket and Groot. And then the movie ends with Rocket doing a big fucking howl at the camera because he's accepted that he's a fucking animal or whatever.
I like it.
What a beautiful fucking movie. Holy
it.
Shit. I hope to one day make a movie as good and as emotional as that. It's fucking stunning. I love it.
It was my number 34.
Yeah.
But I also really enjoyed it. And again, likewise, I can't disagree with anything you said. I had a good time with it. I haven't seen it since the cinema, so I can't remember loads. So that's where else that falls for me. But I remember thinking to myself when it ended, you know what, that was a good ass time. That was I liked it. And my review of the film, which weirdly enough I think is my most liked review with 4 likes.
Wow.
I put film opens with an acoustic version of Creep. Yeah, this might just be cinema.
Yeah, it fucking is cinema. This movie is so cinema. It's fucking crazy.
It's great.
I don't think Martin Scorsese has seen the Guardians of the Galaxy films.
I don't think he cares.
I don't think he's seen them.
I don't think he cares.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was our top 10 favorite films of 2023 UK releases. I wanted just a quick run through of what each of them were. My 10 was Barbie. 9, Killers of the Flower Moon. 8 was Great Photo, Lovely Life. 7 was Godzilla -1. My 6 was Dream Scenario. 5, The Fabelmans. 4, May December. 3, Beau's Afraid. 2, Pearl. And 1 is Past Lives with a little like, and Soix was also great.
Hell yeah. My 10 was Saltburn. 9 was...
Still jarring. Still jarring that was that made it in your 10.
So 10 was Saltburn. 9 was Puss in Boots and The Last Wish. Incredible flip there. Number 8 was Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. Lovely indie movie. Just next to that at number 7 was Hunger Games Zombies and Snakes. Number 6 was Wonka. Number 5, Bottoms. Number 4, Oppenheimer. Just next to that one was Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. Just next to this biopic about World War II and the creator of the atom bomb is the Ninja Turtles. At number 3. Number 2 was The Fabelmans, and number 1 was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
And also, it's safe to say that since this is the only crossover in our top 10s, the intermission film of the year is The Fabelmans. Spielberg did it. He got
well done.
The
Well done, Steve.
Best film of the year, and I know there's probably some viewers like, but that didn't count. It's like, we got it January, so it did count. So, hey,
joke's on you, motherfucker.
You know what? I would have loved to have given it Saw X.
Yeah.
But
I think honorary movie of the year, if people kick off about Fabelman's Saw X, is the intermission film of the year.
It's like that honorary award, like Saw X gets the honorary intermission film of the year. Oh,
it's like that. Funny. It's like that bullshit box office achievement award.
Oh, that would be so funny. That would be like the so we can do like the legit film of the year, which is The Fabelmans, and then also the fuck you. We can do whatever we want film of the year, and it's Saw X.
Hell yeah.
We should retroactively look back and see what would have made it in the others, but like
Saw X.
But Saw X is the fun film of the year. Fabelmans is the legit film of the year.
Hell yeah.
There you go. That is it. That's the that's our top 10 everything, and obviously but also I want to say and the best thing is just the better season 2. That was just the best thing.
Mate. Just
best
incredible
thing. If you want to go very specific, I would say Fishers, but I guess
I would go Forks,
which is also understandable.
Yeah.
So just whatever floats your boat with that. Anyway, yeah, thank you everyone for watching this mammoth thing. At the minute, I've been recording for nearly 5.5 hours.
I've gone 5:27.
It's 1:45 in the morning. I need to be up at 7:30. And
yeah, I'm up at 7 a.m. I'm at work at 8:30. What a time to be alive.
So, and with that, the next video it'll be the Oscar predictions. Which will
that's exciting.
So it'll be in our awards build up. So it'll be the weekend of the Oscars. So I think that's like March 9th, March 10th time.
Oh, okay.
So keep that in mind, everyone. That's when we'll be back for intermission wise. And
Bosh.
And that, I guess that'll be it. And hang on, we talked about top another list, but there's something else that's actually. So, all right, there's another list, and interesting. Robbie's name is on the top of the Epstein list.
You fucking creep.
Well, that's interesting on you there, Robbie.
You fucking sick son of a bitch.
So anyway,
you're really gonna put me on the Epstein list like that and then just fucking dip?
It's there. I'm just. I didn't put you on the list. You are on the list.
Oh, I knew I should never have boarded that flight. Oh God.
Hey, we all know what happens when you think you're commuting to work. But
Hey, just because I was on the plane doesn't mean I did anything weird.
that's what they all say. So, links in the description for Instagram and Letterboxd and all that for us. And to next time, everyone, we shall see you later.
I cannot believe you're finishing this with an Epstein joke. Fuck you, man.
Not a joke, I'm reading it for facts. Thank you for watching, and we shall see you for the Oscar predictions. And
yeah,
sign us off, Robbie.
Yeah, it's alright.